So that's the call to post for tonight's first race. 2-year-old Colton gelding pace. Purse $4,687. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, daily doubles. In this race, Emmanuel Miller's on 1, Rick Mapes on 3. The 1, race on. That driver change, Emmanuel Miller. 2 is Fire the Prez. Jason Thompson is up. The 3, Lather Rock. Driver change to Rick Mapes. 4, I Am the Sea. Nick Clegg is driving. And the 5, Beach Party at 8. Pierce Henry in the sulky. That's
Do you want to run the open? Okay. Welcome. I'm not hearing. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Ohio Harness Sportsmen's Association coverage of the Richland County Fair, Mansfield, Ohio. Jay Wolf, Stephen Taylor, Don Tiger is on his way, so we look to have Don here shortly. We'd like to remind everyone this is day 2 of the 2-day meet here at the Richland County Fair. Real quick, horses are on the track and parading the post for the first race. 2-year-old colt and gelding pace. Number 1 is Race On. Emmanuel Miller will drive for Isaiah Shrake. Michael Sunland is the owner, has 4 second-place finishes in 6 seasonal starts for this Western Vintage gelding. Last time out was a 6th-place finisher at Northfield Park in the Summit County Fair Stakes. Number 2 is Fire the Press. Scott Cox trains for Wayne Mass Jr., Jason Ash Zollers, and Green Wave Racing. This horse has been first, second, or third 4 of 5 seasonal starts. Jason Thompson will drive this Catch the Fire gelding. Has a win at Northfield Park. Fastest time in the qualifier, 58-1. Was a winner last time out at Lisbon by 7 1/4 lengths in 2:03-4. Number 3 is Lather Rock, the Lather Up gelding, trained and driven by Rick Mapes. He also is the owner from outside of Northfield. Has only made 1 seasonal start. That was a 4th place finish at Lisbon. Number 4, I Am the Sea. Betty Clegg, Nick Clegg, has a line to be announced, was a 7th place finisher, has 6 wins in 12 seasonal starts. And number 5 is Beach Party at 8. Robert Brooks owns for IV Holdings. Pierce Henry is the driver, 0 for 2 on the season. Steve.
The Sea. As they move around the turn, Lather Rock is in 3rd, to the outside, Party at 8. And the trailer after the break, I Am the Sea, as they go to the opening quarter. And Race On is opening up here. He's going as fast as he can, as far as he can. Race On by 3. Opening quarter, a quick 29-2. Fire the Prez there in 2nd. In there to be 3rd is a Lather Rock. To the outside now, Beach Party at 8, and looking a 3 wide early on, I Am the Sea. As they will straighten away and drive onto the half, so Emmanuel Miller going to a fire with Race On. Race On by 4. In their 2nd, Fire the Prez. Beach Party at 8 is 3rd. I Am the Sea is now gobbling up ground in 4th. The half 1 minute 2/5. The trailer is now Lather Rock. Into the turn they go. Race On the leader. The lead is getting shorter here. Fire the Prez is now trying to dial him right in. I Am the Sea is third. Race On is now pacing on fumes. He went way too fast too early as they continue to three quarters. Fire the Prez is the leader. They're in second. I Am the Sea. Race On is third. In there to be fourth. Beach Party at 8, 131 and 1. In and around that final turn. Fire the Prez. He's the big, beautiful leader out there by 4. In their second, I Am the Sea. Further back to Beach Party at 8 as they swing to the top of the stretch. And it's Fire the Prez. Fire the Prez leads them out there by 8 lengths. They're in second, I Am the Sea, but Fire the Prez got the job done in their second, I Am the Sea. Beach Party at 8 was third, 201 and 3.
201 and 3 for your winner, Fire the Prez. Scott Cox trains this Catch the Fire gelding for Wayne Mass, Jason Ash, Zollers, and Green Wave Racing. 2 wins in 6 starts, has been on the board 5 of 6. Jason Thompson with the win. 201 and 3 for your winner, Fire the Prez. Race On and Emmanuel Miller, when the gate swings folded, went right to the front. I Am the Sea, who was the betting favorite at 3-5, broke stride and found himself in last going down the backstretch for the first time. Race On just didn't have enough gas in the tank to finish the job, and Fire the Prez went quickly by down the backstretch, drew off by open lengths. 201 and 3 for your winner, Fire the Prez. Jason Thompson wins for the 3rd time, had 2 wins last night. Scott Cox picks up his 3rd training win, the 2-day meet here at Mansfield, Ohio. Fire the Prez back in front of the stands.
Fire the Prez off a win at Lisbon, scores again here today. A 2-year-old bay-goated son of Catch the Fire. Had to Do It Forever by Stand Forever. Owned by Wayne Mass Jr. J. Ash, M. Zollers. Green Wave Racing, Scott Cox is the trainer, and Jason Thompson, the winning driver. Time of the mile, 201 and 3. Race On was 4th. Fire the Prez, the race winner. Lather Rock 5th. I Am the Sea was 2nd. Beach Party at 8, 3rd. Recheck top down 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. 29 and 2. 1 minute 2 fifths. 131 and 1. 201 and 3.
I don't want anyone to complain about drag. We went 2 minutes before post time. That race went off at 5:28, so Don Tiger, you would have been here on time.
I would have been here on time, exactly. Yeah. Good.
I'll tell you what, we'll go to the second race, 2-year-old Colt Trot, field of 6. We'll talk about all 6 when we come back after these messages.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slade, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slade, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
At At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Welcome back. Richland County Fair, the 175th Richland County Fair here in beautiful Mansfield, Ohio. Jay Wolf, Don Tiger is in the house. Steve Taylor pushing all the buttons. Looking forward to bringing you the act. Yeah, we got a little out of sorts there. We normally go on 5 minutes till the first post, and that gives us plenty of time. And they actually went to post at 5:28, so we're ahead of schedule already.
That's great, right?
Absolutely.
But it is a beautiful day over here, nice and sunny, and great temperatures. A little toasty, but, nice for the racetrack. Great racetrack. Big, wide track. A lot of people make up ground in the stretch. Looks like a nice venue. We had a good time, too. Snappy time in the first race. Yesterday, we were pacing 2:4, 2:8, 2:6. We already went 2:01 and 3 with Fryer the Prez, who won by open lengths. So race one's in the books. We'll take you to race number 2.
Follow along if you want. HarnessRacingOhio.com. Go to the view page, and then you will find a link to the program pages for tonight's races. Follow along with us. Race number 2, we do have a driver's change. Number 3, Easy Big Tommy. Eamon Hirschberger will drive that long Tom Gelding. First time to Mansfield. Don?
First time for me to Mansfield. Yeah, I really like it. It's like I said, this track's really nice. Nice big oval. Easy to get to. Plenty of parking. And a lot of fans out here. I love to see fans and I love to see wagering. So here's your post parade.
I like it too because all the barns are.
On the track for race 2. Home Talent Colt Stakes, 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, purse $4,703. 1, Daniel My Brother, Chris Hirschberger. 2 is Strike Storm with Eric Miller. 3, Easy Big Tommy, driver change, Eamon Hirschberger. 4 is Wisco Tax Collector, Emmanuel Miller. 5, Another Round, driver change, Jimmy Smith. And the 6, Short Range, Charlie Myrick in the sulky.
That is the field for race number 2, the first division of the 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, purse $4,703. Number 1 is Daniel My Brother. West Hirschberger trains. Chris Hirschberger will drive for Callum Racing of Chagrin Falls. Long Tom Gelding has 1 win in 3 seasonal starts. That win was the very first time out. Non-winners of 1 at Northfield Park. Came back second, finished second by a length and 3/4 in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Bucyrus.
2-horse Strike Storm, D. Houghton conditions. Eric Miller's got the lines today for D. Houghton Racing and Mark Walker. This horse is 1 for 3 on the season, does have a second place, so 2 of 3 in the exacta here. Nice mark, 2 of 2 and 1 taken last time out at Northfield Park. Won by open lengths, has behaved in his last 2 efforts, and one of the choices today at 7 to 5.
Number 3 is Easy Big Tommy. Eamon Hirschberger will drive for Darren Harvey, who trains this one for Wayne Mass, Callum Racing, and Stephen Miller, all of the Buckeye State. This is a long Tom Gelding. 0 for 4 on the season, does have a 3rd place finish. That was 3 back at Bucyrus, timed in 2:05 and 3.
4-horse Wisco Tax Collector, Herman Hagerman conditions. Hagerman Racing owns this one from Mount Vernon. Emmanuel Miller is scheduled to drive. This horse is 1 for 6 on the season, 2 second place finishes, a mark of 2 of 10 and 4 taken at Hilliard, 3 back. Last time out was at Bowling Green, was a game second, drew the rail that day, was the favored went all the way around there, but just could not get the last pole. Currently 9-1 on your tote board, and one that has a good shot in here.
Number 5, Another Round. Miles Woolham trains for Marty Woolham and Bob Troyer. This is an in-range colt. Will be driven tonight by Kurt Sugg. Has one win in 3 seasonal starts. That win was last time out at Painesville, 2-11-3.
Speaking of in-range, here's the 6-horse Short Range, who is an in-range son. Charlie Myrick trains, drives, and owns this one, so he gets all the money for whatever he gathers today. And this horse is 1 for 4 lifetime, 2 second-place finishes. Mark was taken at Cortland, 4 back. I was there that day, raced the game second, 3 back at Carrollton. Last time out at Lisbon, I was there as well. Made an unfortunate break at the start, and that cost him any chances for top honors. This is a nice trotter, though. Paid $7,400, and he's got a good shot at getting a bunch of money here. And he's a nice price, too, for any of the locals looking to bet on something. This horse is 5-1 currently on the tote board, but does offer some nice value.
We have 2 Millers driving, 2 Hirschbergers driving. Could be a little side bet here.
We do have a program change here, too. Jimmy Smith is on another round.
Okay.
So Jimmy Smith is going to be driving another round on for the Woolham connection here.
Yesterday, we took the driver's changes as they came in front of us because they were changes on top of changes.
Sometimes that happens. That's the one thing at the fairs is sometimes I've looked down a track and saw who's driving, and the announcers didn't even have it.
Number 2, Strike Storm, you mentioned that had a 10.5 length win last time out at Northfield Park in the Summit County. That was over a sloppy track, so the 202 may not seem that impressive, but due to the track conditions, quite impressive with that mile. Field of 6 behind the Wokenberg starting gate. The field is in the starter's hands, and we'll send it up to Ayers Radliff with the call of the second.
Trotters. Purse $4,703. They're at the top of the stretch for the second race, and here they come. They're off and trotting, except for the 3, Easy Big Tommy, who's off stride as they leave away. Also rough gated is Strike Storm. In and around the first turn they go. Now losing stride, Wisco Tax Collector. So Daniel, my brother, is out there by an early 4. Another round is there in second to the outside, Short Range in third. 4th at the rail is Strike Storm. Still on a break. Easy Big Tommy. The trailer is Wisco Tax Collector. As they move to the opening quarter, Daniel, my brother, in 31-3. Another round is a gapping second. Strike Storm back down trotting well and is in third. In there to be 4th comes Short Range. Around the turn they go. Then it's Easy Big Tommy and Wisco Tax Collector. So Chris Hirschberger is enjoying a 4.5 length lead on the lead. There in second is Another Round. In third is Strike Storm. Right there next is a Short Range. Then it's Easy Big Tommy, the half 104-2. Wisco Tax Collector is still trailing as they move around the turn. Daniel, my brother, had a very comfortable second quarter and leads them out there by 1.5 lengths. Another Round is closer in second. Strike Storm is there in third. The Chestnut Trotter has been sent to the outside by Eric Miller. Over there to be next is a Short Range. Off stride again was Easy Big Tommy, with Wisco Tax Collector to 3/4 in 137-1. Daniel, my brother, now steps on the gas and leads them by 2. Another Round is trying to kick on for Jimmy Smith as they move around the turn to the top of the stretch. And the leader, Daniel, my brother, looking to the outside. Another Round is trying to get there in time. It's still Daniel, my brother. Another Round on the outside. Daniel, my brother. Another Round is coming. Another Round may have got up over Daniel, my brother. A photo for win. 207-4.
207-4 for your winner. Unofficial winner, Another Round. We are right on the finish line, so I'm not too embarrassed to say that I think the 5 is your unofficial winner on the outside. Daniel, my brother, did all the work, may have came up a no short. Unofficially third 2 was the 6, Short Range. Came inside of rivals in the final turn. You don't see that too often. Came up the rail and got up for third.
Yeah, impressive effort by another round. Jimmy Smith sat very chilly in the lane, but did, appeared to get up pretty easily there. It was a good race to the stretch, but Jimmy Smith picks up a catch drive for the Woolham clan here, and I'm pretty sure they'll be on their way to winner's circle.
Marty Woolham and Bob Troyer have been around a long time, but this one's probably going to give them little heart palpitations. Last time won by a neck, today by a nose. Gets it done, but doesn't do it by much. 5-1-6 has been announced unofficial. Wait for the judges. A couple of horses in here were just looking for some flat lines, including the 6, and got that today. Picked up the third place check. Your winner another round broke 2 back at Cortland and 3 back at Northfield Park in a conditioned event. So flat line today, picks up second straight win for the in-range colt.
Inquiry down. We're now official. 5-1-6 official.
5-1-6 is official. This is going to take a few minutes because the golf cart is on the back stretch and the winner is in the front stretch.
Like you said, Jay, this is a huge, big oval here, but it's got to be 9-10 lengths just in a stretch from inside hub rail to the outside. We don't normally see that on our fair circuit.
Big sweeping turns. The turns are not banked, but they are sweeping, and that therefore is a short stretch. Long run into the first turn.
Now, do they stable horses out of here? Do you know? People train out of here?
I talked yesterday, and there are a couple of stables that train here year-round, including the winner of last night's Open. Mrs. Troyer has a stable full, they said, so like it when the locals get to cash the local check.
We even got a.
I was going to say that horse doesn't look. That dog doesn't. That horse doesn't look very big.
The mascot, little Great Dane or a little Doberman or something. He's on his way to winner's circle too.
We got to teach the dog to look the right. There we go. Who's a good boy? We're having wiener dog races after the races tonight, Don.
Ooh, that's why we got such a good crowd.
Well,
here
this
too.
was the same last night too. So
2-year-old Bay Colt by In Range. At a Bam Goddess by Conway Hall. Owned by Martin Willem, Bob Troyer, Miles Willem trains, Jimmy Smith, the winning driver, 207-4. Here are your payoffs here. The trifecta, 5-1 all. Anything for third, 44.80. Exacta, all one. One must be on the bottom, 520. Quinella, anything with the 5, 210. Anything with the 1, 210. Daily doubles, 2 all. 2 in the first race, anything race 2, 340. All 5, anything in the first race with the 5 in race 2, $6. Daniel, my brother, was second. Strike Storm fourth. Easy Big Tommy sixth. Wisco Tax Collector fifth. Another round the winner. Short Range was third. 2, 4, 6, 5, 1, 3 on the bottom. 31 and 3. 104 and 2. 137 and 1. 207 and 4.
race 3 is up next. 3-year-old Colt Trotters first of 2 divisions, field of 6, no program changes, and we'll talk about all 6 when we come back after these messages.
history, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
Mansfield, Ohio, day 2. Home Talent Colt Stakes for here at Mansfield, Ohio. Came into town. There's a sign that says, "Welcome to Mansfield, the reason for the season."
What's the reason for the season?
I don't know. I just there. You know, it's the reason for fall. I guess it's the reason for spring, and it's the reason for summer, and
It's the reason for Mansfield.
On top of the grandstand, I noticed they have Winter Wonderland spelled out in lights. So I don't know if they do a kind of a drive-through lights display here in the winter, but here I thought it was going to say, you know, the Magic Half Mile or something, but no, it says Winter or Christmas Wonderland.
Christmas Wonderland. There you go.
Yeah. We don't have any Tom Pye travel reports, Don, but I can tell
Tom
you.
Pye, the harness guy.
Yeah, but he's doing travel tips now.
Okay.
He's doing.
Well, he should have gave me a travel tip and said, if you come over here through 77, it's shut down in Akron, and you'll have to go back roads and take you 30 minutes out of your way. But
Mansfield was settled in 1808.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. And it's named after Colonel Jared Mansfield, who was the U.S. Surveyor General back at the time. Are you a movie buff?
Oh, yeah.
Shawshank Redemption, shot right here in Mansfield.
Wow, pretty cool.
At the Ohio State Reformatory. Did you ever see Air Force One?
Yes.
When they released General Raddick?
Yes.
When they shoot him up, that
They
happened
him
here
right
in
there.
Mansfield.
So Mansfield's a pretty cool place.
Absolutely. Oh, we got the post parade here. I think. Nope.
We're working on it.
They're parading in front of the post, but Ayers isn't saying anything. So we're not a well-oiled machine here today at Mansfield. We got some more famous residents of Mansfield we'll talk about after the end of the next race. How's that? We'll test your knowledge of Mansfieldians.
Pretty cool.
As Ayers says, when they do a recall, take 2. We'll do post-parade, take 2.
We'll see if
horses were all lined up, parading the post, but nothing happened.
But nothing happened.
Nothing happened. If the horses lined up in post-parade, did it really happen?
Daniel Miller, please go to the starter. Daniel Miller to the starter, please.
6 horses to go postward here. No program changes. Everything that you have at home in your program is going as prescribed here. Currently, we've got a 1-9 favorite. The locals are pushing the money on Let's Go to Paris. Edward Miller trains and drives and co-owns. And currently is 1-9, coming off 2 big wins. Well, it looks like they're lining back up in order. We're going to try this again. Take 2.
They've asked one of the drivers to go see the starter, so. Here we go.
Here are the horses for race 3. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot per $6,504. 145 MAGA, Chris Hirschberger. Again, Daniel Miller, please go to the starter. Daniel Miller, please turn and go to the starter. 2, Nothing But Cat, John G. Wingard. 4, Cherry's Prize, Charlie Myrick. 5, RB's Can't Be Touched, Emmanuel Miller. And the 6, Let's Go to Paris, Edward Miller in the sulky.
That was your Classic Eddie has been a late scratch. Number 4, Cherry's Prize was not on the track for the post parade. now is on the track. So we got scratched down to a field of 5. Number 1 is 45 MAGA. Chris Hirschberger drives this one for Darren Harvey, who trains for Alan J. Miller of Millersburg, Ohio. This is a Marseille gelding. Has 2 wins in 11 seasonal starts, has 3 wins in 23 lifetime starts. Has a second-place finish last time out, made a break at Lisbon, recovered, finished second, timed in 2:08.2.
2-horse, Nothing But Cat. John G. Wingard trains and drives and co-owns with wife Amy Wingard. This horse last time out at Lisbon won by open lengths. I will caution you, though, the horse is all behind it. Every single one of them skipped. He was the only one to stay flat that day. Still a nice effort. Last good kicker on the end, 29-3. That was the second win of the season, 10 starts. Had won 3 back at Carrollton as well. Second choice here in the wagering. Actually, third choice now, 17-1 on Nothing But Cat.
Number 3, Classic Eddie, has been withdrawn. Number 4, Cherry's Prize. Charlie Myrick trains and reigns this one for Second Chance Stable. Has 1 win in 11 seasonal starts. That win was back on June 18th at Northfield Park. Non-winners of 1 by a neck, 201-1.
5-horse, Arby's Can't Be Touched. Herman Hagerman conditions for Hagerman Racing. Emmanuel Miller has the lines today. Source is still maiden, 0 for 24. Does have 4 third-place slices this year. Has ran 4th last 2 times out. Broke prior to that. Prior to that was 3rd. So has been able to salvage some on-the-board finishes. Still growing and learning. Currently at looks like 99-1.
Number 6, Let's Go to Paris. Eddie Miller will train, drive, co-own this one with Ashley Dunn. This is a Mr. Anson gelding. 4 wins in 8 seasonal starts, 8 for 18 lifetime. Has a mark earlier this year of 156 flat at Northfield Park, 3 back. First of 3 straight here in the Buckeye State. Wins at Northfield, Bucyrus, and Mount Vernon.
And that is your field of now 5, scratched down to 5. The Classic Eddie was a late scratch. Anybody local that had bet on that horse would get a refund, as he was on the tote board and did post-parade. But the horses are starting to assemble up the backside, and we'll send it up to Ayers for the call of race number 3.
Lang. Per $6,504. Scratch down to a field of 5 here in the 3rd race. 3-year-old Colton gelding trotters, and here they come. They're off and a trotting, and it's a Nothing But Cat trying for the lead. From the far outside, Let's Go to Paris. Right there is a Charlie's Prize as they move around the turn. 45 megas there in 4th. And the early trailer RBs Can't Be Touched. Heading on into the backstretch where Nothing But Cat leads the way on the inside. Let's Go to Paris is on the outside. Those two hooked up on the lead. And Nothing But Cat has won the early tussle. Taking back is Let's Go to Paris, 30 3/5. Shutting him out of the hole there was Cherry's Prize as they move around the turn. 45 MAGA is trotting next. And the trailer, RBs Can't Be Touched. As they move around the turn, Edward Miller wants to go. John G. Wingard, he said no as they come down here to the halfway mile mark of the race. Nothing But Cat maintains the rail and the advantage on the outside. Let's Go to Paris. 103 for the halftime. Cherry's Prize is on the inside next. 45 Magas on the outside, now second up in the flow. And the trailer RBs Can't Be Touched. Circling the turn and heading on into the backstretch. Nothing But Cat still the leader. Let's Go to Paris has been at him from the word go as they move on up the backstretch. Let's Go to Paris by a whisker on the inside. Nothing But Cat is back at the rail. Nothing But Cat has regained the lead. Let's Go to Paris on the outside, 135 3. Moving around the final turn, Nothing But Cat on the inside. Let's Go to Paris on the outside. They're still nose to nose and stride for stride like a horse in their shadow as they make their swing in the leader. Nothing But Cat cornered well. Let's Go to Paris on the outside won't go away. It's Nothing But Cat. Let's Go to Paris. Nothing But Cat holds on to win. Let's Go to Paris. 45 MAGA was third. 205 and 4.
205 and 4 for your winner, Nothing But Cat. What a tactical drive from John G. Wingard. Grab command early. Let's Go to Paris from the outside post. 5, due to the scratch, was forced to race on the outside. When they went down the backstretch, it looked like Let's Go to Paris could get back to the rail, but Charlie Myrick closed that hole up. Forced the eventual second place horse to be parked the entire mile. Impressive effort, but Nothing But Cat. 205 and 4. 15-1 on the tote board. Don mentioned in the rundown this one was a winner last time out at Lisbon. Stayed flat, went gate to wire, won by 15 3/4 lengths. Much closer tonight for the Nothing But class gelding. And Don't You Forget It mare Catawana. John G. and Amy Wingert of Wooster, Ohio are your owners and breeders. Unofficial 26145. With this win, would win 3 out of the last 4. Won at Carrollton, Lisbon, and now here at Mansfield. Sure, it's a little more special when you breed the winner. Been associated with this one for a number of years. Soaking it up as they come back in front of the stands, your winner, Nothing But Cat. 32-20 for the win. 260-210. 6th place, Let's Go to Paris was your 1-9 favorite, 260-210.
Nothing But Cat is a 3-year-old bay gelded son of Nothing But Class. Out of Katana. By Don't You Forget It, owned by John and Amy Wingard. John G. Wingard is the trainer and the winning driver. Time of the mile, 205 and 4. 45 MAGA was third. Nothing But Cat the winner. Classic Eddie was scratched. Cherry's Prize 4th. RB's Can't Be Touched 5th. Let's Go to Paris 2nd. 3-1 scratch 4-5-2. 30 3/5. 103. 135 and 3. 205 and 4.
But Cat returns $32.20 for every $2 bet to win. There is money to be made here tonight in Mansfield.
That is your race number 3. We turn to race number 4, 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers. 2nd division. Field of 5. Rick Mapes will drive the 2. Drew Neal was announced on the 4, Trav Kelsey. Field of 5. We'll talk about all 5 when we come back from these messages.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Back. We are back, Mansfield, Ohio. Second day of the Hometown Colts here at the Richland County Fair, the 175th edition of the Richland County Fair. For that last race, we were talking about famous residents of Mansfield. Don Neeland.
There you go, coach for WVU.
Exactly, but he started at Bowling Green here in the state of Ohio.
BG Falcons.
Yes, he retired in 2001 with 202 wins. And that, at the time, was the 17th winningest coach of all time.
How close is Bowling Green to here?
I would say Steve Bateson would say about an hour and a half.
Okay, all right.
But he was elected into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2005. The reason I know Don Neeland is Notre Dame played him in the '88 National Championship game, so that's how I remember him. Was it Major Harris was their quarterback?
Yes.
Now, you're sort of in – I know you're close to Pittsburgh, but you're kind of in that no man's land a little bit. There's an awful lot of West Virginia fans in your neck of the woods too, right?
Oh, yeah. So I'm only 45 minutes from WVU's campus from Morgantown. Yeah. It's kind of funny because, like, I had this discussion on the way over. I always love talking to Buckeyes because I'm a transplanted Buckeye, as they say. And I heard the weirdest thing today. I heard there's an Ohio State fan that's a Michigan fan.
How's
and
that?
I don't. That's what I said. I said I don't think that
Yeah.
works because like I have some real good friends in horse country down in Louisville and Lexington, and you root for two teams. You root for Louisville and whoever's playing Kentucky.
Exactly.
Yes. So like, how could you have someone that says I'm a Kentucky fan and a Louisville fan?
Yeah.
I don't get that. That part I don't understand. But what I can say, and this is where I went with this, is I live kind of in the middle of WVU, Pitt, and a little further east is Penn State.
Okay.
And I root for who they're ever playing. So unless they're playing each other, and then I'm a Penn State guy. So.
Track for the fourth race, 2-year-old colt and gelding pace, purse $4,687. Rick Mapes on 2, Drew Neal on 4. They're a bit strung out, but here they are. The one is a Nighthawk racer, Pierce Henry. Two will be a Dance in Flight. Driver change. Rick Mapes aboard. Three is SL's Rockin' Suma and Chris Hirschberger. Four, Trav Kelsey. Driver change, Drew Neal. And the 5, working up a lather, Nick Clegg in the sulky.
Number 1 is Nighthawk Ranger. Robbie Brooks trains this one for Ivy Holdings. This is a gelding out of Racing Hill. Pierce Henry will make the decisions tonight. This one is making 8th career start, is winless, but has a second and third. Last time out was one of those seconds. A nice effort in 2:04 at Bowling Green.
2 horse, a Dance in Flight. Driver changed to Papa. Rick Mapes now will be driving. Rick trains and drives and owns. 0 for 4 this season. Does have 3 third-place finishes. Most recently, third last time out at Lisbon. Prior to that was a good third at Mount Vernon. Looks to maintain inside position, and all 5 horses will get a check, so he will get one as well.
Number 3 will appreciate that. SL's Rockin' Suma. Darren Harvey trains this one for 7 Lick Stable. Chris Hirschberger will sit behind this summa cum laude freshman. The reason I say that is has picked up 2 fifth-place checks in his 2 starts. 5th at Northfield in the non-winners of 1, and at Mount Vernon at the Knox County Fair on July 21st.
4 horse, Trav Kelsey, Robert Books conditions for David and Patricia Jury in Bucyrus, Ohio. We do have a driver change. Drew Neal will take over the driving assignment tonight. This horse is 0 for 2 on a career, but does have a nice second place finish at Bowling Green last time out. Held position, currently on your tote board at 5-1.
Rounding out the field of 5 is the 5, Nick Clegg driven, working up a lather, Betty Clegg, Kimber Clegg. This one is a lather up gelding, making his 12th career start. Last time out, line to be announced, was at the Ohio State Fair. 7th place finish, timed though in 1:55.1. Before that, had 2 straight second place finishes. So at Lisbon and Mount Vernon, so has 1 win in 12. This will be the 12th start of the season. 2:04.1 at Cortland, a lifetime mark.
And he is your current favorite, too, at 1-2. Nick Clegg, this horse is only 1 for 10, but as you said, has been keeping some pretty good company. Way down the bottom of the program at Northfield, did run 5th in a Sire Stakes race as well. So,
do you ever think you would say you have a 2-year-old gelding racing at a county fair track, race timed in 59 and finished 3rd?
No.
Bucyrus.
Yep.
Fired up Henrielle. Hank Levan's one that he's been winning with on the Buckeye Stallion Series, won that day. Gate to wire in 1:58, but this one paced a very respectable 3rd, beaten only 4 3/4, time though in 1:59. It's amazing how fast they're going these days at the county fairs.
Yep. And again, a place like this too. I know you said that we don't really have any bank turns here, but just nice sweeping racetrack. I mean, what is the track record here? I'm sure you have that from Kim and folks back at the thing. All-age track record?
All-age track record on the trot.
Swing City? Or that's pace?
Yep, Swing City is on the pace, 1:58.1. And then the trot is TC Queenie and Go-Go Tiger.
Great name.
Yeah,
Great
look at
name
that.
Horse, yeah.
I found my 1992 trotting and pacing guide. And it's always fun because one of the things, you'll appreciate this, how many wins did Dave Paloon have in 1993?
1,300.
He had 3,000.
Yeah,
but
okay. So I have a great Dave Paloon story. I started out as a groom, and when he first came back from the Meadowlands, he was obviously a diminutive guy. The leading driver at the Meadows at that time was Doug Snyder, and he drove a horse for us. And I remember Pat Thomas, the guy that conditioned the horse, said, "Don't let Doug Snyder outdrive you." And at that time, he didn't. He did. Doug Snyder beat him that day, but that was the beginning of a long history of a lot of wins strung together. So
I interviewed Dave Paloon during Jug Week one year, and he was going to do a one-on-one interview with one of the local TV stations, and I gave the stat. I said, "Dave, do you realize you've driven 3.5 times around the world?" Just the number of starts, 3.5 times around the equator. And he says, "No wonder my back hurts." That's all.
I did something one day, too, to figure out how many winning drives. He spent like 2 years of his life just on the racetrack on winning drives.
Assuming a 2-minute mile?
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we did something like that once. I mean, it's crazy. And that's just winning drives, not drives. But
Field of 5 behind the Mike Wilkenberg starting gate. They're now in the hands of the starters. We'll send it up to Ayers Rattler with the call. The 2-year-old colt and gelding pace, 2nd division.
And to $687, a field of 5 make their way to the top of the stretch for tonight's 4th race, and here they come. They're off and pacing, except for Trav Kelsey, who is on a break and just trying to fire out there to the lead, is Working Up a Lather. Working Up a Lather, crossing over with the top spot. Nighthawk Racer is there in 2nd. Pacing an early 3rd, SL's Rockin' Suma. Gapping early on is Dancin' Flight, and the trailer, Trav Kelsey. As they move on to the opening quarter, and out there with the lead, Working Up a Lather. In there to be 2nd, Nighthawk Racer. In their 3rd, SL's Rockin' Suma. 32, the opening quarter. Next is A Dancin' Flight, the trailer, Trav Kelsey. That's the 5, and they're all relatively right there together in single file as they move around the turn. Nick Clegg has Working Up a Lather on the lead. Nighthawk Racer is there in 2nd, pacing in 3rd, SL's Rockin' Suma. Next it is A Dancin' Flight and the trailer, Trav Kelsey. Right here by the half and working up a lather, continues to dictate the tempo. The half in 105-2. Nighthawk Racer is there in second, in there to be third is SL's Rockin' Suma to the outside, Trav Kelsey. Dancing Flight is now the trailer as they'll straighten away to the backstretch. Working up a lather, still on the lead. Nighthawk Racer right there in the garden spot, second, as they continue on to the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Working up a lather is still the one to catch. 137-1. Nighthawk Racer second. Trav Kelsey is now picking him up and laying him down on the outside. At the rail is SL's Rockin' Suma. Moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. Working up a lather. Will turn with the lead. Trav Kelsey is still trying to get there. Inside Nighthawk Racer. Working up a lather. Nighthawk Racer on the inside. Working up a lather. Holds on to win. Nighthawk Racer second, Trav Kelsey third, 206-4.
206-4 for your winner. Working up a lather. Nick Clegg sort of put him to sleep. Got to the quarter 32, half 105-2. 3/4 137-1. Sprinted home 206-4.
Very popular 1-2 mutual. We'll return to the backers here locally at Mansfield. $3 to win. And the exacta looks pretty popular as well with Nighthawk Racer 5-2 running second, rounding out the field. Trav Kelsey. I will say this for people that bet on the circuit and like to follow horses. That horse made a very nice first up kind of grind, and when he turned him loose at the 3/4 pole, he engaged pretty well. So that's a horse with some talent to put a circle on next time.
I don't know if you watched the Tom Brady roast, but Nikki Glazer was talking about Travis Kelsey's girlfriend said she didn't follow football until Taylor Swift said it was cool. It's about the only part of her routine we could repeat on the air.
Okay.
Lather Up, standing at Sugar Valley Farms. This was a $5,000 purchase at the Ohio Select Sale. Gets almost half of that back today here at Mansfield. Pushes career earnings near $16,000. Lather Up out of the Some Beach Somewhere mare Beachworks. Mervyn Wingert from Kentucky is the winning breeder. Nick Clegg had a little taco bar outside of his trailer. I didn't get the invitation, but they were he was out there serving tacos before the races. Betty came running yesterday, so she got a golf cart today. So
is the 5 working up a lather. 2-year-old bay-gutted son of Lather Up at a beach work by Some Beach Somewhere. On by Kimber Clegg, Betty Clegg trains Nick Clegg, the winning driver. 206-4, time of the mile. Nighthawk Racer was second. A Dancing Flight was fifth. SL's Rockin' Suma fourth. Trav Kelsey was third, working up a lather, the winner. 2, 5, 4, 3, 1, 32, 105-2, 137-1, 206-4.
Nick Clegg picks up his second winning drive of the two-day meet. Won the very first race, won the last race here so far. Betty Clegg picks, obviously, her second training win. Can you say one without the other?
No.
Right now, Betty Clegg is sitting second in trainers on all the Ohio fairs so far this summer. You won't find a harder worker on the backstretch of any fair than Betty Clegg. Upcoming fifth.
We're 1/3 of the way through tonight's 12 race card. We turn the page to race number 5, 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. Purse, $4,703. Second division, field of 6. We do have one driver's change. Trainer Ron Steck will drive the 4. Baby Beast. We'll talk about all 6 when we come back after these short messages.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner, Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner. And Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
We are back, Mansfield, Ohio. Jay Wolf, Don Tiger, but the most important person, Stephen Taylor, who's pushing all the buttons, got us all set up, bringing you all the action here from the Richland County Fair. Don, do you have a food report?
It's not as good as Frank's fair report.
That's
Frank's
all right.
report,
Well, Frank, you know, he's big time now. He can't be messing around with us, the hourly people.
Not as many choices here, I would say. I mean, I just did a quick little run out there, but what I found is a really nice chicken and sirloin place right directly behind the grandstands.
Okay.
And looks like a brother might have been running it, but I got a grilled chicken sandwich. It was loaded up with provolone cheese, onions, peppers, and a nice sesame seed bun. It was really well cooked, juicy, tasty. So I know I can't give golden horseshoes. I just learned this the other day. Golden horseshoes is if you go back when you're not covering racing. So we just have to give regular horseshoes. But I would say on a scale of 4 or 5, let's say if it's 5 horseshoes is the top, I'd say it's a 4.
Okay.
4 horseshoes.
Smells good.
Smells good.
Gentleman was walking around carrying a basket, and it says peanuts, $2. So I give him $2, and he hands me a bag of popcorn. I was like, wait a minute.
False advertising. I saw the same thing.
I was like, wait a minute. I kind of wanted the peanuts, but I looked at his basket, and all he had was popcorn, so I guess I'm eating popcorn for dinner. Peanuts are so much better for you.
Well, I might get you one of those good, delicious chicken sandwiches then, because I think you'd like that.
All right, go back to Mansfield. I know you, Don. You like Beverly Hills 90210, didn't you?
Yeah.
Luke Perry.
From Mansfield?
From Mansfield. Born in Mansfield, Ohio.
Wow, man. This is a big town.
Yeah.
Big-time town.
Dylan McKay, was that his name? And I never watched 90210, I'll be honest.
I watched it a little bit, but I know the more their real names than their character names.
We also have Louis Brumfeld, who, if you ever heard of Malabar Farm?
Oh, yeah.
He founded that. That was a part of Shawshank. That was the opening scene when he finds his wife with the golf pro. It's neat they have a little Shawshank Redemption trail here in town. You can sit on the bench that Brooks fed the pigeons. The tree fell down, the tree that they bury the money in at the end of the movie. That tree fell down, but been to the reformatory. It's pretty neat. They say it's haunted, but
okay.
Little movie history here. Tango and Cash, I guess, was shot there too. Some of it. Never saw it, so I couldn't tell you. But every year I tell General Raddick not to come out, and he gets shot anyway. There is your call to post for the 5th. We'll send it to Ayers Rattler.
The 5th race. 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, purse $4,703. Ron Steck on 4. 1 is Got the Money, Honey, Rosie Weaver. 2, M.E. Hill and Eric Miller. 3 is Eye Catching, Chris Hirschberger. 4, Baby Beast, Driver Change, Ron Steck. 5 is Halstead, Emmanuel Miller. And the 6 will be 314, Nick Clegg in the sulky. That's
Number 1 is Got the Money, Honey. Rosie Weaver trains drive co-owns with Heartland Acres, Cabby D, and jury of Bucyrus Hudson. Windling and Beach City. 2 wins in 4 seasonal starts. The win very first time out, Marion over that slow track, 2:23-2. Won last time out at Painesville, 2:08-1.
2-horse Emmy Hill, conditioned by Robert Koblenz. Bob Koblenz owns with his neighbor Melvin Mullet of Apple Creek, Ohio. Eric Miller has the lines today. Not much to go on here. This was a $17,000 Ohio Select purchase. The original bow was at Cortland, drew the rail that way, got away second, but did end up finishing 6th. Doesn't show a break. This is a second career start, 99-1, and looking to get a little bit of an education today.
Number 3 is the long Tom Gelding, Eye Catching. Darren Harvey trains for Wayne Mast, Callum Racing, and Stephen Miller. Chris Hirschberger will sit behind this one. Eye Catching has 1 second-place finishes in 3 starts. That was the very first time out at Bucyrus. Second-place finish, parked nearly the entire mile, 2:06-2.
Number 4, Baby Beast, conditioned by Ronnie Steck. Here's what's interesting. Ronnie Steck is in the sulky today. I don't get to see that too often or say that very often, but he is out there today. Source is 0 for 3 in the career. Last 2 times out did make skips in both efforts. The 1-3 back, though, at Scioto in a qualifier. Did run second that day today, so Ronnie might be grabbing the lines from this son of creatine just to make sure he stays flat and minds his manners. He is Baby Beast is 6-1 on a tote board.
Number 5 is Hallstead. For the Volstead Gelding, Miles Woolham trains for Robert A. Klein of Millersburg, Ohio. Manny Miller will make the driving decisions. Second career start, first time out, was a second by a neck at Bucyrus.
6-horse, 314 for the Clay Clan. Nick drives, Betty trains, and Kimber owns. The source is 1 for 10 so far this season, and that did come last time out, the maiden voyage win over at Lisbon. I was there that day. Cut all the fractions, made every one of the poles a winning one, and is currently the favorite here at 7-5, looking for a double up and repeat, and came right in front of us in your camera view there. Looks real calm today, trotting nice and clean, and certainly the horse to beat.
Have to forgive 314 for being a little tardy. When you win a race, you have to go to the state barn, and Nick Clegg had to hustle because he had one here in race number 5. Interesting, Baby Beast. I think this horse, this creatine colt's going to have a little complex. Tyler Rush, Curtis Harper, Trevor Smith, Luke Hanners, Emmanuel Miller, and now Ron Steck have all driven this one.
Yeah, Fred Reed's a great owner. He's a Buckeye guy, and he's a Delaware guy like you. So always has some good horses, had some good claimers over the year. So nice.
Has a car dealership in Delaware.
Yep. We'll see what Baby Beast does. He did breed this horse as well, so this is a homebred from Freddie. So
probably could sit at his dealership and look across the way over to Sugar Valley Farm at Creatine, who was standing at the time. Look over Oak Haven Golf Course. You have a beautiful view there.
Very nice crowd out here today, too. We've got to have 200 people in the grandstands and on the tarmac, maybe 300, because there's a ton sitting underneath outside of the elements in the sun. But well-attended fair here today at Mansfield. So
maybe Stephen can get a picture. There's also probably about 50 people sitting in front of the barns on the backstretch in the shade, in their lawn chairs. They're not stupid. They're in the shade. Field of 6 behind the Wilkenberg starting gate. We'll send it up there with the call of the 5th.
Purse $4,703. A field of 6 to the top of the stretch for the 5th race, and here they come. They're off and trotting, except for Emmy Hill, who's on a break. Looking to go to the lead is Hallstead, and Hallstead crossing over. Onto the outside, 314 in second, third at the rail. Got the money, honey, as they now move on into the backstretch. Eye Catching is there in 4th. Onto the outside, 5th is Emmy Hill, and Baby Beast is at the back. On up the backstretch they go, and the leader, Hallstead. Hallstead has them out there by a length and a half in their second, 314. Opening quarter, 33. Got the money, honey, is there in 3rd. Looking them over 4th, Eye Catching. Off stride again, M.E. Hill. And the trailer, Baby Beast. They circle around the turn now, popping the pocket. Here comes 314 and Nick Clegg right up after the lead as they come down here in front of the stands for the first time. On the inside, it's a Halstead. 314 is taken back and right where he started from. Got the Money Honey is now cranking it up for Rosie Weaver, 106 and 2. On into the turn they'll go and out there with the lead. It is Halstead on the outside. Got the Money Honey and Rosie Weaver is trying to take it to the leader. 314 is there in third. Looking them over fourth. Eye Catching. They're into the backside on their way to 3/4 mile mark of the race, and Got the Money Honey just went bankrupt as they go to 3/4. And it's Halstead. Halstead is still the boss. 138 and 2. 314 is chasing second. Eye Catching is trying to tighten in third as they move around the final turn. And now Halstead is off stride. They're dropping like flies as they trot around the turn to the top of the stretch. 314. Eye Catching will try to rally in the stretch drive. 314. Eye Catching is coming at him and coming on. 314. Eye Catching trying to come back as Halstead up the inside. We're coming to the wire. Photo for win. Maybe Eye Catching over Halstead. 314 of fading third to 12 and 1.
How do we unpack that one, Don?
I don't know, but that's an exciting race. That's all I always say when I cover the fairs. I love to see excitement, and that was excitement because we had plots and subplots all the way through it. Halstead went to the lead and looked like pretty much smooth sailing from the half. Rosie took a shot and went after him at the half and looked like this horse trotted a lot better in the straights than the turns, so looked like it was going to come right back on. And then she broke stride, and then Halstead jumped off on the 3/4 pole. And then you think the Eye Catching and Six are in a great race, and all of a sudden Halstead gets back trotting and comes up the inside and ran second. I do believe the 3 still won the race and held on at 5-1, but close on the wire, but looks like 3-5 unofficial. We'll see what the judges, if they look at the break at all to see if he lost sufficient ground. From my vantage point, it looked like he did, but a lot of plots and subplots.
5-1 for your unofficial winner. Eye Catching, the long Tom Gelding. Darren Harvey trains this one. Chris Hirschberger picks up his first winning drive of the two-day meet here. Wayne Mast, Callum Racing, long-time clients of Darren Harvey's with Stephen Miller. This was maiden break in victory. First in 4 lifetime starts right here at Mansfield. 2-12 and 1, sorry. Darren Harvey had a win yesterday as a trainer, picks up 1 here today, so has 2. Scott Cox and Herman Hagerman are your meet leaders with 3 apiece. Five races, 5 different winning drivers, and 5 different winning trainers. Spread the money around.
The wealth is being spread around.
I saw one of the wiener dogs out here looking at the track, probably deciding what kind of shoes to wear.
Normally they have gates of like 10 across, right?
I'm sure they're going to be after the races. So
we could have 20 across or 30 across.
Oh, we could have 40 across here.
Yeah.
Of the stands after winning the 5th race, it's the 3 Eye Catching. 2-year-old bay-goated son by Long Tom out of Howl Me In by Don't You Forget It on by Wayne Mast Jr. Callum Racing. And Stephen Miller, Darren Harvey trainer, Chris Hirschberger, the winning driver, 2-12 and 1. We are now official. 3-5-6. 3-5-6. We're official.
660. Number 5, your second place horse, 680-240. Did he give a rundown? Not yet.
Got the Money Honey was 5th, M.E. Hill 6th, Eye Catching the winner. Baby Beast was 4th, Halstead 2nd, 314 was 3rd. 561, 423, 33, 106 and 2, 138 and 2, 212 and 1.
We turn the page to race number 6, 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot's 3rd and final division. Field of 6, Eamon Hirschberger on the 5. Ronnie Steck will now drive the 3. We'll talk about all 6 when we come back after these messages.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Welcome back to beautiful Mansfield, Ohio, the Richland County Fair. Don Tiger and Jay Wolf, we're having some fun with you in this beautiful sunny afternoon. Got great skies, great temperatures, and so far we've had 5 good races. Jay takes us to race number 6. Got two program changes here for you. I just saw Ronnie Steck last race, and I'm going to get to see him again. Ronnie Steck will be driving the 3. I'm Mona Jelly Roll in the 5-horse. Chris Hirschberger's off. Amon Hirschberger's up on Vicky's All-Star, who was a winner last time out. And those are your only program changes. All 6 horses will go to the gate, and they will all be on the gate.
Chris Hirschberger's a good driver, but I don't think he could have driven both, the 4 and the 5.
He cannot. Nope.
Had to make a decision. Maybe Mr. Harvey made the decision. Certain drivers do well with certain types of horses. Don, do you like to look at yearlings? Are you the one who picks them out, or are you just the one who likes to pay for them?
No, I love to get involved with it. I think that's fun. It's part of the game.
Yeah, but what do you look for? Tell the folks at home, what is Don Tiger, if you walk into a yearling barn at the sales pavilion, you bring out hip number X and you say, first thing you look for?
So the first thing is in life,
count the legs and make sure there's 4.
That's a good start. But I've always was told this theorem for years, and you can use it in different things. Every great man is a better woman.
That's correct.
Between every great owner is a great trainer or horseman or someone with an eye. So do I understand the game? Yes. Did I start as a groom? Yes. Have I jogged horses? Yes. But I like to start with the pedigree part, and once I find my pedigrees and circle them, then you go to the yearling sales, and then you start to take them out. So when you do pull them out of the stall, what you a lot of times look for is horses can be towed in, towed out, things like that. Sometimes you look for size. I'm not really a guy that worries about horses that are small because if they are small, I know sometimes they're going to grow.
They grow up.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys like to buy, like when you go to the Lexington Select sale, the big, super muscular ones. Those
they
are the
can
ones,
barely fit in the trailer on the way home.
Yeah, they just those ones go for big dollars, and sometimes they don't always pan out to be who they're supposed to be. I think our sale in Ohio, the Ohio Select sale in Jug Week, to kick off Jug Week, I think has turned out some really good performers over the years, and I think there's a lot of great value there. So I love to go to that sale. But normally when we pull one out, that's what we're going to check out for. We're going to look for confirmation. We're going to check certain little things, oddities, and then obviously they have so many other things. Horses get OCDs taken out, and that doesn't scare me either, but scares some people. Sometimes you can have some horses might just have a little bit of a knee. You know, when they were a baby, they got caught in a fence, and they got some scarring. But again, scars are cool, as they say. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me that either. But that's what I look for. But I've never went to a sale without a right-hand man. And what I mean by that is I've always taken a trainer and someone that knows horses better than me and has been able to pick them out. So.
How much weight do you put on yearling videos?
None. Yeah, I'm not a video guy because I don't believe – I mean, those things, they trot in the field and they do this and that, but that doesn't mean they're going to be a clean trotter.
And they're not going to put a real bad video up?
No, they're not. And they shoot those things sometimes time after time after time to get the right thing. I'd much prefer confirmation, and I also look at the maternal line. I'm a much bigger maternal. I like to see dams and producers as opposed to sires. A lot of people are like the summa cum laudes are doing very good, and a lot of people get excited about that, so then they're going to go buy a summa cum laude.
Having a good rookie season for summa cum laudes along with In Range. So here's Ratliff with the post parade here for the 6th.
2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. Purse $4,703. 1 Smoking Ensign, Edward Miller. 2 Dublin Striker, Drew Neal. 3 I'm on a Jelly Roll, Make the Driver, Ron Steck. 4 is CS Go Tom, Chris Hirschberger. 5, Vicky's All-Star, driver change, Ammon Hirschberger. And the 6, SV's Super Peter, Eric Miller in the sulky.
That is the field for race number 6. Number 1 is Smoking Anson of Mr. Anson Gelding. Eddie Miller will drive train for owner Adrian Hochstetter from Apple Creek, Ohio. Quite simply, if this one stays flat, could win because the four previously charted line shows breaks. Best finish was 3rd, stayed flat last time out at Mount Vernon. Won by 3 lengths in 2:06 and 1.
Speaking of horses that mind their manners, the 2 Dublin Striker, Herman Hagerman Conditions, co-owns with Anthony Miller. Drew Neal has the lines today. This horse had a trotting hobbles 2 back. That worked. Was 2nd, 2 back, 3rd last time out. This What the Hell Gelding seems to be improving. And currently your 2nd choice or 3rd choice at 4-1 on a tote board. A lot of value here for a Dublin Striker.
Number 3 is I'm on a Jelly Roll. Trainer Ron Steck will now drive for Chris Hawkins of Centerburg, Ohio. 0 for 3 on the season. Does show a 3rd place finish. That was 2 back at Hilliard. Time 2:12.2.
4 horse CSGO Tom, Darren Harvey trains and co-owns with Jamie Marie Jenkins. Chris Hirschberger has the line today. This is Chris' first time sitting behind this one. Darren has drove at all 4 other starts. This one has not minded his manners in 3 of the 4 starts. The one time he did mind his manners, he was a winner at Carrollton, 3 back. And he is the 2nd choice, or favorite actually, at 2-1.
Number 5 has just stepped off the track for an equipment adjustment. Is Vicky's All-Star, Darren Harvey. Looks to go back-to-back with Eamon Hirschberger now. This one is owned by Wayne Mass Jr. and Callum Racing. Has been on the board all 4 lifetime starts. Last time out, crushed them at Lisbon. Leading at the quarter by 20 lengths. Ended up winning by 31 3/4 lengths in 2:16 with Darren Harvey on as the heavy favorite.
6 horse SV's Super Peter D. Houghton Conditions and co-owns with Mark Walker. Eric Miller has the driving assignment today. This horse was a good 2nd last time out. Left from the 5-hole 29-4, minute and 3 at Northfield. Held on gamely at 2:05. And another one of the horses here. Great value on the tote board currently, 25-1.
The 5 Vicky's All-Star is back on the track.
Great betting board for this race. Current favorite is the 4-horse at 2-1. Second choice is the 1 at 5-2. Third choice, the 5 at 3-1. Then we've got the 2 at 4-1, the 3 at 9-2, and the 6 is the only rank outsider in the field, 25-1, but coming off of a solid effort. So great wagering for anyone local on the track that's looking for some value or a wide open race. This is certainly the race to take a shot.
As I mentioned, Vicky's All-Star been on the board all 4 career starts. Currently up, just went from 3-1. I said I'll take 3-1 right now. Now it's 7-5. Field is 6 behind the Wilkenberg starting gate. We'll send it up there as Radliff with the call.
Purse $4,703. A field of 6 make their way to the top of the stretch for the 6th race, and here they come. Smoking Ensign is on a break. They're off into trotting in as Vicky's All-Star, pushing the gate away. Dublin Striker is there on the inside second. CS Go Tom is an early third. In their fourth is SV Super Peter. Now off stride, I'm on a jelly roll. Getting around the breaker, but breaking himself, Smoking Ensign. They straighten away through the backstretch, and the leader, Vicky's All-Star, out there by a length and a half. Dublin Striker is there in second over their third. CS Go Tom, 32 and 3/5. SV Super Peter is in fourth. Then further back to I'm on a jelly roll and Smoking Ensign. Around the turn they go. It's Eamon Hirschberger and Vicky's All-Star. Off of an open length win at Lisbon. Leads them out there a length and a half. Traveling onto the halfway mile mark of the race. Dublin Striker is there in second to the outside now. CS Go Tom. Over there next is SV Super Peter. 105 and 3. Then it's I'm on a jelly roll and Smoking Ensign. In and around the turn they go. And now off stride is Vicky's All-Star. The All-Star has made a break there, also losing stride, Dublin Striker. They're off the turn, they're up the backstretch and moving on to the 3/4 mile mark of the race. CS Go Tom is on top. Over there in second, SV Super Peter. Smoking Ensign is trying to rally back into it third. I'm on a jelly roll in fourth, 138 and 2. Moving around the final turn, CS Go Tom. On the outside, SV Super Peter. Smoking Ensign is picking him up and laying him down for Eddie Miller as they come to the top of the stretch. And Smoking Ensign is smoking on the outside as they turn for home. Smoking Ensign just slingshots past, coming to the wire. Smoking Ensign comes on to win. CS Go Tom second, SV Super Peter was third. Time of the mile, 2:10.
Well, as Jay Wolf alluded to in his analysis of the race, if Smoking Ensign minds his manners, he's got a heck of a shot to win. He did not listen to it at the beginning of the race.
Didn't.
But there was a little miscue with Vicky's All-Star right past the half, going up the backside there. And that skip kind of shattered the field a little bit, scattered them out. And one of the benefactors was Smoking Ensign getting back in the race, and good powerful effort in the lane. 146 will return at least $9 to win back for the locals here at 7-2.
Smoking Ensign, if you're going to make a break in stride, do it early. Gives you the whole mile to make it up, and boy, this Mr. Ensign gelding did just that. This is out of the Giant Hit Mare Paris filly. Second win in 3 career starts. Been on the board all 3 starts. 146 is unofficial. What a difference a week makes. Vicky's All-Star wins last week by 31 3/4. Probably lost this one by 31 3/4.
These are 2-year-old colt trotters, so that can only mean one thing. They're unpredictable.
Eddie Miller picks up his first training and driving win of the meet. We have Edward Miller, Eric Miller, Emmanuel Miller all here on the same card. Charter can't just put E. Miller.
No, they cannot.
Hands after winning race number 6, it's the 1, Smoking Anson. 2-year-old brown-gutted son of Mr. Anson. At a Paris filly by Giant Hit. Owned by Adrian Hochstetler. Edward Miller is the trainer and the reiner here. Time of the mile, 2:10. Smoking Anson was a winner last time out at Mount Vernon. Made 2 breaks and just rolled back to win again here this week in Mansfield. Smoking Anson was the winner. Dublin Striker 5th. I'm on a Jelly Roll 4th. CS Gotom was 2nd. Vicky's All-Star 6th. SV Super Peter was 3rd. Recheck top down. A1, 5, 4, 2, 6, 3 on the bottom. 32 and 3. 105 and 3. 138 and 2. Time of the mile, 2:10.
We're halfway done, Don.
6 down, 6 to go.
6 down, 6 to go. Field of 5 here. 2-year-old colt in gelding pace. 3rd and final division. 1 change. Go Pyromaniac will now have the services of Curtis Harper. Ron Steck says he's had enough of this driving. He's going to let someone young do it. We'll talk about all 5 when we come back after these words from our sponsors.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, Jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th. And at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the cool winds of November.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
Welcome back to Mansfield, Ohio. I'm Don Tiger with my sidekick Jake Wolf. We are bringing you 12 action-packed races here from the Richland County Fair. We've got 6 of them in the books. We still got 6 to go. Takes us to race number 7. We've got 5 horses signed on here. I always call this on my broadcast an owner's race because every single owner is going to get paid regardless of where they finish in here. We only have 1 program change before you go Pyromaniac. The TBA is C. Harper. C. Harper will drive the 4-horse Go Pyromaniac for Ron Steck. We've had a beautiful weather here today. Sunny, very limited clouds in the sky. Nice warm temperature today. Not too hot, not real. We got a light breeze. We've seen some great racing here. Track's in really good shape. Got the water truck back and forth on it. It's a very big sweeping oval here. Almost like a donut, I would like to say, because we've got big sweeping turns. A lot of room in a stretch for horses to find room to go wide. Not real bank turns, which happens at pretty much all of our fair tracks, but I would say overall it's my first trip up here. This is a real nice racetrack to race and get over for sure. Tote board is updated now as well here. We'll give you some odds. The 5-horse is 3-5 Pumpkin Skin for the Clay Clan. Second choices are 3-horse Rated PG for Robert Brooks and driver Drew Neal at 2-1. 4-horse 8-1. And the 1 and 2 round out the field at both 11-1.
Stretched my legs, Don, and also did a little scouting for the dog races.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is some of the contestants
they're all
downstairs
down
stretching,
there.
warming up?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. We had a big, you'll appreciate this. We had a nice, I always call it the meeting of the minds. What I love about going to some of these fairs is I get to sit around and go to lunch with Mike Wokenberg and Roger Houston. And
the lies just come flying out, don't they?
The Rosses, Buster and Dan. And it's just great to see a lot of these people. It's good to hear their stories. But hearing some of the stories about how they used to drive and some of the guys that were allowed to drive that might have had alcoholic beverages before we got into the, where you have to, we do it all of our pari-mutuel tracks now. Even here, I'm sure, maybe they have to breathalyzers and stuff. Yeah, so just funny listening to the old days about different things. So.
I've been able to collect a lot of memorabilia for the Little Brown Jug. People call me all the time, I have this, or I'm cleaning out my dad's attic, and would you want this? And one of the things I have is I have a picture of one Hall of Fame driver who may go by the name of Curly Smart standing in the paddock at Delaware with a pull-tab beer can in his hand.
It was a little more acceptable in the 60s, I'm guessing, right?
This would have been early 50s.
Early 50s, okay.
Yeah. Then there's right next to him is Delvin Miller with a big old cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Now you can't even smoke in the barns.
For good reason.
Absolutely.
For good reason, yes. We have made some very positive changes in the sport, so. But it's still funny listening to the old-time stories about stuff like that. And I didn't know this either, but Mike Wokenberg used to be a driver.
Yes, he was.
I didn't know that. That was until we had lunch that one day, because when we do the doubleheader cards at Carrollton and where's the other one we do a doubleheader? Cortland.
Yeah.
We always get to go to lunch afterwards, and Roger's like, man, you ain't saying much, Don. I said, what am I going to say around this group of Hall of Famers and all this horse?
I know what Roger wants you to say. I got the tab.
Fortunately for him, I usually get it.
You can make fun of Roger. He's probably not listening from Ireland.
He's on his trip already?
He's already over there.
Okay.
Driven by Jason Thompson. 2 is Luck Be My Legend. Harvey Hirschberger is driving. 3 will be rated PJ and Drew Neal. 4, Go Pyromaniac. Make the driver Curtis Harper. And the 5, Pumpkin Skin, Nick Clegg in the sulky. That's the field for the 7th race. Curtis Harper on 4.
Number 1 is Red Will. Bill Irvine trains this one for Melinda Bailey of Streetsboro, Ohio. This is a Ponderosa Chestnut Gelding driven by Jason Thompson. 3rd career starts. Looks to stay flat here. First time out, does not show a break, but was distanced in 6th. Last time out, made a break at Painesville. 8th place, 7th.
2-horse Luck Be My Legend. Harvey Hirschberger drives for trainer Ronnie Gillespie. Jerry Miller of Fredericksburg, Ohio, owns this son, a bit of a legend. 5 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, 1 third place finish. And that came last time out with Harvey at the lines at Lisbon. This horse is improving slowly. Inside draw, 8-1.
Number 3 is rated PJ. Robert Brooks trains for David and Patricia Jury of Bucyrus, Ohio. Drew Neal will now make the decisions. 0 for 7 on the season, but has finished in the top 3, 4 of 7. Last time out was 3rd at Bowling Green, timed in 2:04 and 1.
4-horse Go Pyromaniac. Curtis Harper gets the call today. Ronnie Steck trains and drives. Ronnie Steck trains and co-owns with Stephen Jeffries and Mark Taggart. This horse is 0 for 2. Last 2 starts did skip in both of those efforts, so Curtis's first job will be to keep this one flat. Has 2 nice qualifiers over at Delaware, so it definitely has some speed.
Rounding out the field of 5 is the 5, Pumpkin Skin. Betty Clegg, Nick Clegg, Kimber Clegg for the Simon Kublade Gelding. 2 wins, 1 second, 3 thirds, and 10 career starts. Just short of $8,000. Lifetime mark 204 at Circleville, 4 back. Carrollton was 4 back. Moving them right along here, aren't they? Set up there's Ratliff with a call of the 7th, 2-year-old colt. Gelding Pace 3rd. and final division.
Purse $4,687. A field of 5 to the top of the stretch for the 7th race, and here they come. They're off and pacing from the outside. Pumpkin Skin, also flashing speed, rated PJ as they move around the turn. Luck Be My Legend towards the inside. Off stride, Red Will. Red Will made a nasty break around the turn. Getting around that one, Go Pyromaniac as they will straighten away to the backstretch. And out there with the lead, Pumpkin Skin. Pumpkin Skin is out there by a length and a quarter. Luck Be My Legend is there in second. Now to the outside, Rated PJ. And Rated PJ is on the move. He's on the fly. The opening quarter, 30 4/5. Around the turn they go, and Rated PJ has taken the lead, and he opens up by 3. Pumpkin Skin is there in second. Luck Be My Legend is third. Over there, fourth is Go Pyromaniac. And the trailer, Red Will. Moving down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, where it is Rated PJ on the lead. The lead is still 3. Pumpkin Skin in second. In their third, Luck Be My Legend, 101 4. Peeking to the outside, not committing yet, is Go Pyromaniac and Red Will. The Chestnut trails as they circle the turn and straighten away to the backstretch. And out there with the lead, it's Rated PJ by 2. Pumpkin Skin in second. Luck Be My Legend in third. Over there to be fourth is Go Pyromaniac and the trailer Red Will. To 3/4 we go, and the leader is still Rated PJ, 133 in their second. Pumpkin Skin. Go Pyromaniac starts to rev it up for Curtis Harper as they circle the final turn to the top of the stretch. And the leader, Rated PJ. Rated PJ's out there by 3. Trying to reel him in is Go Pyromaniac inside Pumpkin Skin. Rated PJ trying to find the line a winner. It's Rated PJ. Rated PJ will win. Go Pyromaniac second. Pumpkin Skin was third. 204 3.
204 3 for your winner, Rated PJ. Robert Brooks trains this summa cum laude gelding for David and Patricia Jury of Bucyrus, Ohio. Interesting, this one did not race at Bucyrus. I had Bucyrus races. This one did not race at Bucyrus, their hometown fair, but comes back to win here for the first time. 7 career starts.
Yeah, made a nice power move to the quarter pole. You always like to see when a horse makes that kind of move to the quarter pole, because usually that means they think they've got some horsepower, and this one did. Kind of from there, it was all she wrote. Go Pyromaniac, Curtis Harper, great second-place effort here. This horse did go off at 9-2 on the second choice, but, I mean, raced extremely well. And for a while there, I thought might even challenge in the lane for win honors, but Rated PG was rated very well and will be on his way to the winner's circle. 3-4-5 unofficial.
Drew Neal closing in on Hank Levan when it comes to the driver's title for the King of the Fairs. Told someone they should rarely get a crown. Give them a traveling trophy, a crown.
How about like a Stanley Cup one where
exactly.
like the crown, we put their name on it, and then they have to give it up the next year to the next guy. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Jay Wolf's on the referendum. You heard that, Frank? If you're listening, we got to get a fair crown, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Make the last year's winner present it to the new one in the winner's circle at one of the fairs late in the year.
Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, it could be over before Lancaster. You never know.
Yeah, it could be. I like that idea, though, Jay. Not only are you a historian.
It's almost like I do marketing for a living.
You do everything.
It's almost as though. Back in front of your stands, the race winner, number 3, Rated PJ, Robert Brooks, training.
Front of the stands, winner of the 7th race, the 3 rated PJ, 2-year-old Bay-Gooded son of Summa Cum Laude, at Artie's Girl by Sports Writer. On by Donald and Patricia Jury, Robert Brooks, the trainer, Drew Neal, the winning driver, 204 and 3.
Great to see young people in the winner's circle.
Love to see young people in the winner's circle.
The other day we were somewhere. Where were we? The weeks run together.
They do.
Wapakoneta.
Okay.
Hank Levan won, but they had 3 young people all trying to get in the sulky, so they were trying to.
Red Will was 5th. Luck Be My Legend 4th. Rated PJ the winner. Go Pyromaniac 2nd. Pumpkinskin 3rd. 5-4-1. 2-3 on the bottom. 30 and 4/5. 101 and 4. 133. 204 and 3.
That brings us through race number 7. Turn the page to race number 8. We're moving right along. 3-year-old colt in gelding pace first of 3 divisions. Do my math real quick. Field of 7. We do have one change. Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive the 6, a Legend Secret. We'll talk about all 6 when we come back after these messages.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
I'd like to thank everyone for watching. We're getting comments on the races at Urbana. Why would anyone want to watch Urbana when you can listen to Don
Two
Tiger?
all-star guys here.
Exactly.
The greatest historian of all time, Jay Wolf.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's my vote. I don't get one.
Mike
but still my
Wilkenberg's
vote.
watching us. That's all we needed to know.
Okay. Well,
That's
I said
all.
some good things about him,
Exactly.
so he's probably happy about that. But I like Mike a lot. Mike's a straight shooter, and we're so blessed to have him at the fairs getting all these races off because it's not an easy job.
There's a lot of fairs, too, in Indiana and Kentucky that we don't hear about a lot here, but Mike is everywhere.
He reminds me of that 365 guy that's always working, even when he's not working, probably, correct?
I like to give the credit to Becky where credit is due.
It goes back to what I said earlier, Brian.
Exactly.
Every great man is a wonderful woman. I had a couple minutes, too, to talk to a couple locals here. We have some local Mansfield folks in the house.
Did you press them with your knowledge?
I don't have any knowledge,
No,
but I did
Luke
talk.
Perry and
They're locals. They have to know about Luke Perry.
Maybe they didn't.
Maybe they did. You know Luke Perry's from Mansfield?
See?
Do you know who Luke Perry is? No, you know, okay. So he's an old TV guy from 90210. Have you ever heard of that show? He was one of the main characters. He's from Mansfield. Did you know they shot the Shawshank Redemption? Did you ever hear that movie?
See,
yeah,
they knew
so
that.
there you go. They're
Don
locals.
Nealon.
They're
Don
locals.
Nealon.
Okay, they're locals.
They might not know about Don Nealon, though.
No, probably not. You football fans? Okay, do you know Don Nealon's from here? He used to coach in college football? Okay, sounds right. Okay. But they were very nice. Taylor actually shows horses or trains horses at her farm. They're out here watching the races today. So it's nice to see that. Like I said, we've had a huge crowd out here today. We've got at least 300 people here. And they've actually been pushing some pretty good money in through the windows, Jay, too, because I've seen a couple trifectas and exactas. come back $30, $65, $70. So if it's paying that much money, that at least had to have that much in the pools. And I noticed 3 tellers underneath here too as well. So we've seen some good betting today too, which is really nice to see. I actually love when I cover the fairs when we have pari-mutuel wagering. I hate it when there's none. It just, I don't know. I need it, you know. I need it. It's just kind of the cool part. That's why we keep score. But here's the post parade.
Here are the horses on the track for the upcoming 8th race. 3-year-old Colton gelding Pacers, a purse of $4,527. In this race, put Mark St. Louis Jr. on the 6. One is Red Hot Ember, Lanny Merriman. 2 is Shuffle's Cool Legacy, John G. Wingard. 3, Something to Crow About, Eamon Hirschberger. 4 will be Down by the Parade, Nick Clegg. 5, Cool Augustus, and Emmanuel Miller. 6, A Legend Secret, Make the Driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. And the 7, Sam's Legend, Myron Weaver, in the sulky.
Number 1 is Red Hot Ember. Lanny Merriman reigns and trains this one for Richard Johnson from the Villages in Florida. Has 1 win, 8 starts. That win was 4 back at Hilliard. 3 parts of a length win in 2 minutes, 3/5.
Number 2, Shuffle's Cool Legacy. John Wingard trains and drives this one for Larry Finn of Wooster, Ohio. Much different past performances from his horse a couple races ago, who won. This one's 0 for 15 on the year, hasn't hit the board. Did finish 4th last time out. Prior to that, broke, was 4th prior to that. So seems like this one's taking a little bit of time to get to know it, but looks to hold inside position and get a check.
There's something to crow about with the number 3, something to crow about. Eamon Hirschberger reigns and trains this one for Barbara Eddy of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Bring on the beach gelding. Almost identical lines at 2 and 3. 7 starts, 2 wins at 3. 7 wins, 2 starts at 2. Has a lifetime mark of 152 at Scioto Downs. Was a winner last time at their hometown Mount Vernon Fair, 2 minutes flat.
4 horse Down by the Parade, one of the faces of the fair circuit. This horse was 17 for 32 last year, made $124,000. Not as fortuitous this year, only 3 for 17. Still has $11,000 made in the bank. Betty trains, Kimber owns, Nick drives. Last time out did win and looks to go back to back.
Cool Augustus is the 5. Emmanuel driver Amy Wingard. This is a Mr. Cooley Colt. Herbert Nicholson and Amy Wingard are the 2 owners. 0 for 18 lifetimes, does have 3 third-place finishes, including once last time out at Lisbon, timed in 2, 12, and 4.
6 horse A Legend Secret, the pride of Power Ploy Racing. James Day trains. We got a driver change to Mark St. Louis. Mark St. Louis has the lines here. This horse is improving each and every week. I have seen every race except the Painesville one in person, and they have been pretty impressive. Comes in off a win, and I would not be surprised to see this one double up.
Number 7 from the second tier is Sam's Legend, Myron Weaver. The 23-year-old will train and drive this one for CLS Stables of West Farmington. 0 for 11 on the season, 2 of 22 lifetime. Has a mark last year, 205 at Hilliard.
The stretch for the 8th race, and here they come. They're off into pacing. Down by the Parade is getting down early, trying to go to the lead. Something to Crow About is also flashing some early go. Along the inside, Red Hot Ember as they circle the turn to the backstretch. Sam's Legend is there in 4th and their 5th. Shuffle's Cool Legacy. Then we have A Legend Secret and the trailer. Cool Augustus as they go to the opening quarter now, rushing up on the outside. Something to Crow About. And Something to Crow About has the lead in 30 and 2/5. Down by the Parade is yielded for the garden spot there second. Red Hot Ember is 3rd. It's a Sam's Legend 4th, in there to be 5th. As they move around the turn is Shuffle's Cool Legacy. Then we have A Legend Secret and Cool Augustus. Moving down here to the half. So Ammon Hirschberger, he's got something to crow about, and he leads them out there by a length and a half. Down by the Parade is there in second. By the half in 103-1. In their third, that is Red Hot Ember. Fourth comes Sam's Legend. Moving to the outside now is a Legend Secret. As they'll circle the turn and straighten away into the backstretch. Something to crow about. Has that lead. In there to be second is still Down by the Parade to the outside. Here comes Lanny Merriman and Red Hot Ember. As they continue to 3/4, a Legend Secret is second over in fourth. Fifth at the rail is Sam's Legend. 3/4, 135-2. Moving around the final turn, the leader, Something to Crow About, now by 2. Down by the Parade is in second. Red Hot Ember third. Pacing fourth is a Legend Secret as they come to the top of the stretch. Something to Crow About. Down by the Parade moves to the outside. Something to Crow About. Down by the Parade is coming. So is the wire. It looked like Something to Crow About held on to win. Down by the Parade second, a Legend Secret was third. 204-4.
204-4. Something to crow about. Eamon Hirschberger knew this race was exactly a mile and not a mile and 10 feet because it might have been a little different story.
Yeah, 204-4. Exciting finish down by the Parade. Got the 3-horse Something to Crow About got softened up just a little bit. Lanny Merriman pulled out a 3-hole, put a little bit of pressure. Never really got up there, but made this one pace a little bit up the backside. And Nick Clegg took a shot in the lane with his very nice horse, second choice down by the Parade. Couldn't quite reach. From our vantage point, 3-4 unofficial on the wire, but exciting finish.
We'll add the 6-horse was unofficially third. A Legend Secret was getting a lot of support 2-1 on the tote board. But
all three of those very nice animals. These are horses that will continue to see, and I always say these are the future stars of tomorrow. You're going to start to see at parimutuel tracks as 4- and 5-year-olds. All these horses are moving forward each and every week.
Coming by the stands the first time, it's not often you see a Merriman sitting inside. There's Merriman's like to be at
they
front.
like to be out rolling. I guess that kind of goosed him because I thought Lanny might sit in there, especially with the horse on the lead that was 4-5, but he gave him a shot. That horse I've watched over the last 2 seasons too, slowly improve. Lanny's a good horseman. He brings these horses along slowly, but he gave that one a shot today. I think, believe it or not, hold on for fourth though, right?
Yep.
Still got a nice paycheck there for Lanny.
Keeping track at home, Eamon Hirschberger now has a win with Chris Hirschberger, and then Emmanuel Miller has 2, and Eddie Miller has 1. So the Millers are beating the Hirschbergers at this point. Still yet to have a driver or a trainer double up. Spread the money. Winner pays $380, $220, $210. Number 4. Down by the Parade, $220, $280.
Something to Crow About. Something to Crow About held on to win here. 3-year-old bay-gutted son of Bring on the Beach. At a shaky cam. Hanover by Arts Place, owned by Barbara Eddy. Ammon Hirschberger trains and is the winning driver, 204-4. Red Hot Ember was 4th. Shuffles Cool Legacy 7th. Something to Crow About the winner. Down by the Parade was 2nd. Cool Augustus 6th. The Legend Secret 3rd. Sam's Legend 5th. 4-7-1, 2-6-3-5, 30 2/5. 103-1. 135-2, 204-4.
We are 67% of the way through the card. Or 66.6667% of the way through the card.
Only would know that with a true marketing and mathematician, which we're blessed to have.
Yeah.
Jay Wolf.
Race number 9 is the 3-year-old colt in gelding trot. 2nd. 2 divisions. We'll talk about the field of 5 when we come back after these messages.
History, tradition, For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
We are back, Mansfield, Ohio, for the 175th Richland County Fair. J. Wolf, Don Tiger, Steve Taylor, bringing you all the action from lovely, the Big M, as Ayers calls it. But no offense.
Big M, I like that.
But he also says that about Marysville and Mansfield. So
maybe it's the Quad M.
the Tri-M's. Don, where do you go next?
Zanesville. I love that fair.
Z-Town is my town.
Oh, that's your town?
No, I went to school at Muskingum College right next door.
Okay.
So
you got a lot of ties to there. Your DNA's all over town.
Don't say that. Wow, how do we?
I meant like your hair follicles and stuff like that.
Okay, just a second. How do we get out of this? Thank goodness Urbana's racing. Maybe they're maybe FCC's not watching us. WHIZ is the news or the TV station. They have an NBC affiliate in Zanesville.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
WHIZ, which is we're here in Zanesville.
So where's a good place for me to go? I heard this Rake's place. Is that any good?
You have to remember, I was there 35 years ago.
All right.
There was an Italian called Adirondo's or Adiron. It was an Italian joint. It started with an A and ended with an OS.
Okay.
So that's where you went if you had lucky enough to get a girlfriend to go out on a date with you.
Gotcha. Okay.
My aunt is a nun, and she grew up. She taught in Zanesville, so she was actually the president of Good Samaritan Hospital in Zanesville, so she would come and visit. And I remember we were out to dinner one night, and it was Palm Sunday, and the waiter says, "Would you like a dessert, sister, like a Palm Sunday?" My Aunt Laura looked at him with this completely straight face and says, "I don't think that's a bit funny." And the waiter put his tail between his legs, snaked away. When he got out of eyesight, she turned to me and she goes, "I thought it was funny, but I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction."
That's beautiful. I love it.
How about a Palm Sunday, sister? She taught at the local grade school there and was also a hospital administrator. Talk about wearing many hats.
For a listening audience that might be close to Zanesville that doesn't want to come out there, very interactive with the fans there. Track's close and everything. Yep.
Call to post for the 9th race. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters per $6,504. Nick Clegg, he's on the 4. Here are the trotters. One is Silverton and Drew Neal. 2 is Delwyn. Jimmy Smith is up. 3 is Striking Marseille with Charlie Myrick. The 4 are Boss. Nick Clegg is in the bike. And the 5, Tom Cruiser, Mark St. Louis Jr. in the sulky.
Number 1 is Silverton. Rosie Weaver trains, co-owns with David Jury. David Jury won a race earlier today here at Mansfield. This one will be driven by Drew Neal. This is a Marseille Gelding. 5 wins in 27 starts. 2 of those wins are this year. The fastest coming at 2 minutes, 1/5 at Northfield Park.
2-horse Delwyn, owned, trained, and driven by Jimmy Smith of Mansfield, Ohio. This horse is 2 for 9 on the season. Finished third, 2 back, broke prior to that. Jimmy always takes his time getting these trotters going. Since he owns this one, added trotting hobbles, 2 back. Inside post should be formidable.
I'll add the line to be announced was the 3rd place finish. So 2 straight 3rd place finishes. Number 3 is Striking Marseille. This is Charlie Myrick, trains and drives for the Second Chance Stable. 0 for 13 on the season, does have a 3rd place finish. That came 3 back at Carrollton, time 2:07.1.
4-horse Our Boss. Betty Clegg trains for Kimber Clegg. Braden Rhodes has the lines today. This horse was second line last time out, prior to that 4th, and a winner 3 back at Mount Vernon. So far, had a nice season. 4-12, two second place finishes, 6-12 first or second. Banked $18,000. Another one of the choices in here. Current second choice at 2-1.
Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive the Stacy Curry trained and owned Long Tom Gelding Tom Cruiser, the 5. 4 wins in 9 starts. Been first, second, or third in 5 of 9 this year. Has a lifetime mark of 56-2 at Scioto Downs. Was a winner across the line, but was placed 3rd due to a lapped-on break at Lisbon.
Yeah, for Tom's Cruiser, I was there that day. This horse took a bad step on the turn, scattered him out a little bit, and came back down trotting and raced real good to the wire. 8-5, 9-5, I think is a very good price. I expected this horse to be odds-on favorite here, 1-2. And a little tidbit, that was Mark St. Louis's only drive, so he drove all the way to Lisbon just to drive this trotter. So that tells you what he thinks about this one. So for any of the locals here that might be listening to the broadcast and looking for a wager, the 5-horse at 9-5 is a very juicy price.
What's the Don Tiger rule for people who drive into town just for one start?
You bet them. That's exactly. No, we can't use that today, though, because he picked up a catch drive in the race before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
it still works.
Yeah.
It still works. If you're coming here for one race.
At Wapakoneta, Alex Hawk came in town to drive the last race.
And he win.
Yeah, but he also picked up a catch drive earlier in the card and won that too. So if you're gonna make a drive from Newark to Wapakoneta, you better win, and he did.
Yep. Great price. We take a quick look at the tote board. 1 6-5, 5 9-5, and we'll let Ayers Ratliff figure them all out right now.
Purse of $6,504. Around the turn to the top of the stretch for the 9th race. Here they come. They're off and trotting in Silverton, using that rail to his advantage from the far outside, Tom Cruiser. Losing stride there, Our Boss, as they move around the turn. Dell wins along the inside. Then comes Striking Marseille, and after that break, Our Boss. As they now scoot on into the backstretch where Silverton is out there and on the lead. Delwyn is there in second. Tom Cruiser third. In there to be fourth is a Striking Marseille, and Our Boss is the trailer, the 1/4 Into the turn they go, and it is Silverton. Off of a pair of runner-up finishes, leading the way by a 1/4. Delwyn is there in second. Over there third comes Tom Cruiser, and he's peeking to the outside. Next is Striking Marseille with Our Boss. Traveling down here to the half. Now committing to the outside, Tom Cruiser. He's now marching up to try to challenge for the lead as they go here by the half in 103-2. On into the turn they go. Silverton is the leader. Tom Cruiser is there in second. Delwyn is third. It's a Striking Marseille fourth with Our Boss. Straightening away to the backstretch. Moving on to 3/4. Silverton has him out there 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Tom Cruiser. Delwyn is trying to tighten in for Jimmy Smith in third. In their fourth is Striking Marseille with Our Boss. 3/4, 133-4. They'll trot the turn. They'll head for home, and it's Silverton. Silverton, the leader. Tom Cruiser is their second. Delwyn is third. Further back are Boston striking Marseille to the top of the stretch. And Silverton and Drew Neal trying to see it through. Tom Cruiser is trying to get him in the stretch drive, but it's Silverton. Silverton has the lead, and Silverton gets the win. Tom Cruiser their second. Delwyn third. Time of the mile, 2:04.
2:04 for your winner, Silverton. Last half in 1 minute and 3/5. Last quarter, 30 and 1/5. Rosie Weaver picks up her first training win. You don't say that too often at the county fairs. Waiting until late in the card to pick up her first.
No, she's another one of the stalwarts, especially on the diagonal gated trotters. She does very well over here. This one raced extremely good today. I mean, I thought the 5 was the best horse in the race. He was driven like he was the best horse in the race, but someone forgot to tell Silverton. Drew Neal did a great job. Again, one of these nice young upcoming drivers, put this horse in a good spot, rated very well, and was able to keep the 5 out when the 5 moved early at him and held sway in the lane. Will return the local Mansfield backers a juicy $6 plus win mutual. 152 unofficial.
Anytime you can get 2-1 or higher on a Rosie Weaver.
What's the
inquiry sign has
What's
been.
the statistics get taken down 2 straight weeks in a row?
They're coming down to look at the video, so we'll get some more time to kill.
Oh, we got Dave's stats on the case. I feel great now.
Don, I told you I found my 1993 trotting and pacing guide. Says we have some time to kill. While
Sure, absolutely.
Listen to this stat. Do you think this record will ever be broken? Back in the back, they have the pop records.
Well, first off, before you tell me that, I want to take a guess here.
Okay.
In 1993, the fastest mile to that point in harness racing, I'm going to say, is 49-1. 49-4.
Fast. 46-1.
Oh, that's
Cam
right,
Best.
Cam Best. I'm sorry. I was thinking that was past 93. Okay,
yeah.
Never mind. Or before that. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
All right, this was my favorite here. Of course, I can't find it right off the fan. 2 horses had back-to-back dead heats with each other. At Vernon Downs on April 8th, they had a dead heat. The same 2 horses dead heated 8 days later at Vernon Downs.
So it was a world record dead heat, obviously.
Yeah.
On a 7/8 track, I'm going to say.
No, they literally dead heated together, the same 2 horses back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
What do you think the chances of that are?
Astronomical. Yeah. What was the time? 52-3?
Oh, no. This was back in the
80s.
Yeah, it was like 203 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dead heats for win consecutive races with the same horse. JC's Pippanillo and Skipper's Victor, Vernon Downs, April 3rd and April 11th, 1987, 2:02 and 3 in 2 minutes flat. Dogs are everywhere.
That's the second barn dog we've seen.
Yep.
Of Marseille.
I thought she had 2
At
dogs
a
and one
turquoise
doesn't get to
sweetie
come.
by Dream Vacation, and by Rosie Weaver and David Jury. Rosie Weaver is the trainer. Drew Neal, the first one to score a double tonight. Time of the mile, 2:04. Mark St. Louis Jr. to the starting car right away. Mark St. Louis Jr. to the starting car right away.
Here's another great record. 3 stakes wins at 3 different tracks all in the same day.
Hervé Fillon?
Mike the Whip Lachance.
Oh, wow.
March 25th, 1989, he won a leg of the North American Pacing Series at Freehold. Got in his car and drove to Meadowlands, where he won the final of the Overbid Pacing Series. Then he went across the bridge, I think it's the George Washington Bridge, and raced at Yonkers, where he won a leg of the George Morton Levy series with a horse you may have heard of, Matt's Scooter. The dogs are barking.
I hear them.
They're getting ready, warming up in the bullpen. So you always grew up in Western Pennsylvania, right?
Yes, sir.
So who was the leading driver in 1993 at the Meadows?
1993, it would have to be Doug Snyder, right?
Well, let me find the right page here.
Or Dave would have been doing it by then. I'm not sure. I know Dave's like 28 years or 31 years dash reading rider over there.
Let's see. I got to do my I was like, what was it called back there? Ladbroke at the Meadows.
Ladbroke at the Meadows.
Oh.
After talking to the drivers and looking at the video replay, that the 5 Tom Cruiser did cause interference with the 4 Our Boss moving into the first turn. Due to that interference, the 5 is disqualified and placed behind the 4. New call here in the 9th race, new call after the placing. It is a 1-2-4, 1-2-4 new call here in race 9.
So we did have a disqualification. Tom Cruiser did interfere with Our Boss. Our Boss finished 4th, will be elevated to 3rd, and therefore Tom Cruiser will be 2nd and placed 4th.
It's Tom Cruiser's 2 in a row as far as placings go. Last 2 starts, he's been placed down.
Not just 1 spot, 2 spots both times.
Yes.
I had a fair 2 years ago when a gentleman got disqualified from the win in race number 3, and the guy came back in race number 4 and got disqualified
Again.
from a win. I said, I don't think he and the judges are going to exchange Christmas cards. We'll test your Meadows, Ladbroke at the Meadows driving 1993 stats when we come back. After these messages, we have yet to get the official rundown, correct?
Correct, but I do know it. There it is. It's official. 1-2-4.
So here now is how they finished race 9. Silverton was the winner. Delwyn was 3rd, placed 2nd. Striking Marseille 5th. Our Boss was 4th, placed 3rd. Tom Cruiser was 2nd, placed 4th for interference in the first turn. Recheck tap down to 1, 3 place 2, 5, 4 place 3, 2 place 4, 31, 103 and 2, 133 and 4, 204.
That was an exciting race number 9. We turn the page to race number 10, which is the 3-year-old colt in gelding pace, 2nd of 3 divisions. We do have some drivers change. Mark St. Louis will drive the 2. Drew Neal will drive the 5. Field of 7. We'll talk about all 7 when we come back after these messages.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. Pacer, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to Pacer. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
A great ad for Pacer. We encourage everyone directly involved with the sport of harness racing to consider giving to Pacer.
For the 10th race, 3-year-old Colton gelding pace, first $4,527. 1 Rodeo Jet Drew Neal. 2 Catching Up. Mark St. Louis Jr. is the driver change. 3 Pure Dragon Harvey Hirschberger. 4 is Gorgeous Jet Case Bateson. 5 Vapor at the Sea, driver change Emmanuel Miller. 6 Gene Said Elliott Deaton. And the 7 Widger Boys, Nick Clegg in the sulky.
We have changes on top of changes. Number 1 is Rodeo Jet. Drew Neal will now drive for Jessica Milner and Andrew Koblenz of Wooster, Ohio. This one has 1 win, 3 seconds, and 2/3 in 17 seasonal starts. That win was 3 back at Carrollton by a neck in 2:02 and 3.
2 horse Catching Up, make the driver Mark St. Louis. Mark St. Louis will get the call. James Day trains for Power Play Racing. This horse was a very game second last time out against Down by the Parade, who raced very well earlier on the card. James Day's stable is heating up, and this son to catch the fire. Looks like he's heading in the right direction. Major player here today.
Number 3 is Pure Dragon. Harvey Hirschberger will drive for Betty and Kimber Clegg. This is a Fear Dragon gelding. 2 wins in 14 starts, was 3rd. Last time out, 20 lengths behind the winner, 2:07 and 2.
4 horse Gorgeous Jet, Karen Fred trains for Crazy Parrot Farm. Case Bateson gets the call today. This horse broke last time out, and I did talk to Karen Freed's husband, Jan, at the lemonade stand. He wasn't real happy about the break, but this horse minds his manners, was second right prior to that at Mount Vernon and could be a player.
I was just glad he was okay with the lemonade then. Number 5 is Vapor at the Sea. Emmanuel Miller will now drive for Herman Hagerman Racing, and Roger Quartz is the owner. 0 for 11 on the season, 2 of 17 lifetimes. Last time out, made a break at the start, finished 5th. 2 back, was a game second, 2 minutes in 3/5.
6 horse Gene Said will start from the far outside. Ryan Deaton trains for Randy T. Young of MacArthur, Ohio. Elliott Deaton gets the call today. This horse was second last time out at Lisbon, second at Carrollton prior to that, 3rd, second. This horse is actually 10 of 14 on the board last year, 6 of 12 on the board. Don't sell this one short, 12-1, and has a nice puncher's chance.
Number 7 out of the second tier, Nick Clegg, Betty Clegg, Kimber Clegg will the group here for this lather-up gelding. Widger Boys, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd in 13 seasonal starts. Last time out was a second-place finisher at Lisbon, time 2:05 and 3 with Uncle Nick Clegg in the bike.
There's your field. Nice field of 7 here. 7 does trail from the second tier and is your second choice. 1 horse Rodeo Jet, currently 3-5 favorite. 7 2-1. And our 3rd choice is the 4 horse at 4-1.
Case Bateson, I believe this is his first drive, so could use the Don Tiger rule here.
I think Jan and Karen Fred would be very happy to know that. See, that has a pretty good statistical analogous. So.
$4,527. Top of the stretch for race number 10, and here they come. They're off and a pacing Rodeo Jet trying for the lead. Vapor at the Sea is leaving from the outside as they move around the turn, and it's Rodeo Jet. Widger Boys follows him from the second tier. As they move around the turn, Gorgeous Jet is there pacing an early 3rd. Along the inside is a Catching Up. Then it's Pure Dragon. Looking for a seat is a Vapor at the Sea. Gene said to trail as they move to the opening quarter. And out there and on top, it's a Rodeo Jet, who gets them there in 30 1/5. Widger Boys is there in second. Catching Up is looking them over from third as they move around the turn to the outside. Vapor at the Sea, fourth. Fifth at the rail, Pure Dragon. Then we have Gorgeous Jet and the trailer Gene said as they circle the turn and come down here in front of the stands. Rodeo Jet on a mission. Rodeo Jet by 2. Widger Boys is still their second as they go by the half in 101. Pacing in their third, Pure Dragon. Next over there as they move around the turn to the outside, then is Gorgeous Jet. Then we have Gene said and Vapor at the Sea. Circling the turn to the backside they go, and it's Rodeo Jet who's the boss by 3. In their second, Widger Boys. Pacing in third, Catching Up to the outside, Gorgeous Jet. Trying to kick on now, as Gene said, as they pace by 3/4, 1:30 4. Rodeo Jets on the engine. Still in their second, Widger Boys as they move around the turn. Next we have Catching Up in third. Pacing fourth, Gorgeous Jet as they'll swing and wing to the top of the stretch, and it's Rodeo Jet. Rodeo Jet with the lead. Rodeo Jet is drawn well clear here. Rodeo Jet will win. Widger Boys holding second. Catching Up was third. Time of the mile, 2:01.
2:01 for Rodeo Jet. Drew Neal goes back-to-back here in the 9th and 10th. Jessica Milner trains this Rodeo Romeo gelding for Andrew Koblenz of Wooster, Ohio. Second win and 18 starts on the season. When you're in the second tier all by yourself, you get to pick who you want to follow, and Nick Clegg picked to go right behind the one. Rodeo Jet looked like a great decision as he got, was sitting second before they even got to the quarter pole, so was able to suck along and pick up second. Rallying for third is Mark St. Louis, and the 2 Catching Up.
If you get the 9 hole at Northfield, you get the 10 hole at Scioto, and you're following a good one, that's a good spot to be. So lineup race, got away 172, finished 172. Can hear our future contestants after the horse race yapping in the background as we hear it on the air. Got Wiener Dog races coming up here after the card today. We seem to be getting more people to continue to file into the grandstands. We've probably got 500 people here now today, maybe more. As Jay pointed out, we've got a ton of activity on the backstretch too. A lot of people up by the fence there.
They heard about the Nick Clegg Taco Bar. This one family takes it serious because they're wearing uniforms for their dog.
Rodeo Jet's a 3-year-old bay-gutted son of Rodeo Romeo. At a jet sent by Jeremy's Chad, owned by Andrew Koblenz, trained by Jessica Milner, and Drew Neal has now scored a triple on the card thus far tonight. Time of the mile, 2:01. Rodeo Jet was the winner, Catching Up third, Pure Dragon fifth. Gorgeous Jet fourth, Vapor at the Sea seventh, Gene said sixth, Widger Boys second. 135, 476, 2 on the bottom, 30 1/5, 101, 130 4/5, the mile time, 2:01.
Drew Neal will be our leading driver as he has picked up his 5th win. The only driver that could catch him would be Jason Thompson. Needs 2 wins, and unfortunately he only has 1 drive left.
So that means that's done.
Well, not necessarily. It could be a driver's change late.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's keep it open until that happens.
Exactly. This is the penultimate race 11 of 12 here at Mansfield. Field of 7. Harvey Hirschberger will drive the 1. Can't even read my own writing. Mark St. Louis Jr. on the 2. Field of 7. We'll talk about all 7 when we come back after these messages.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio-sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Welcome back. Richland County Fair here in Mansfield, Ohio, the 175th. We've teased this for a couple races, and you keep getting off
let's do it.
Can you tell me the leading 5 drivers by wins at the Ladbroke at the Meadows in 1993?
So it has to be Dave Pallone, Doug Snyder.
1, 2, bingo, bingo, bango. As Roger would say, bingo, bango. Now can you get bongo?
Dean Zames, was he
Fourth.
Fourth, okay. Dean T. Zames. Trying to think who else was the top driver at that time in 93. Is Rodney Bolin on the list? 5?
I'll tell you what, the third place is one of those guys that you say, I don't associate this guy with that track.
Oh, so it would have to be one of our transplants that year. Brian Sears?
Nope.
David Miller.
David Miller was third with 200.
You see, it's really weird because we've had David Miller for a few years, Brett Miller for a few years, Brian Sears for a few. Okay, all right.
And
so
number 5 on the list with 175 wins. I think he's still training. Blue and gold.
Blue and gold. Blue and gold.
I think blue and gold. I'm 95% sure.
Still training. Give up.
Charlie Norris.
Okay. Yeah, I would have never got to that one. Yeah, but he was driving a good bit then. Now he's just a trainer.
1,193 starts at the Ladbroke at the Meadows.
Okay.
175 wins.
He was a good driver, too. Charlie did a great job.
UDRS, obviously, Pallone. And you off-the-air guest Dick Stillings was second.
Okay.
Doug Schneider was third. Or David Miller, Doug Schneider, 3 and 4.
So who's the magic 5th man?
I don't even know colors, so that tells you. Not obscure. I've heard the name before.
Okay.
Lou Keith.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sweet Lou. Loose lines, they called him. He used to always drive the front end. Him and
312 UDRS.
And probably 300 was his own stable. So
Here are the horses on the track for the 11th race. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, purse $4,527. In this race, Harvey Hirschberger is on 1, Mark St. Louis Jr. on 2. 1 is Center Story, make the driver Harvey Hirschberger. 2 is Dragon Mode, driver change, Mark St. Louis Jr. 3 is Gary with Lanny Merriman. 4 Black Streak, Emmanuel Miller. 5 Hot Times Tonight, N. Pierce Henry. 6 Bernie Be Bad, Charlie Myrick. And the 7 Fear Romeo, Nick Clegg in the sulky.
Number 1, Center Story, driven by Harry Harvey in the teal and black. Betty Clegg trains, Kimber Clegg drives this well-said gelding. 45th career start, has 9 wins, 16 seconds, 10 thirds, was second last 5 starts, 5 straight second place finishes at Hilliard, Bucyrus, Mount Vernon, Summit County Fair, and Lisbon.
2, Dragon Mode, make the driver Mark St. Louis. Mark St. Louis will drive for Ricky Mapes, who owns and trains this horse. 0 for 16 on the season, 0 for 13 last year. Does have a 4th last time out. Prior to that, 2 back was a 4th. 4 back on the card was his second place finish. That was his lone runner-up finish for the season. Rank outsider 15-1.
Number 6 is Gary. Landy Merriman owns, trains, drives, and bred this Western Vintage colt. Unraced at 2, 4th career start, has a 3rd place finish last time out at Lisbon.
4-horse Black Streak, Herman Hagerman conditions. Miller and Hagerman Racing own. Emmanuel Miller drives today. This horse is 1 for 14 on the Series. Did score 3 back at Bucyrus, 57-4, which is a nice mile. 2 back, got parked the overland route and finished 6th. Last time out was the second tier. 2 straight second tiers. Is on the gate today. Maybe that'll make a difference, and he is 12-1.
Number 5 is Hot Times Tonight. Robert Brooks trains for Ivy Holdings. Pierce Henry will now make the decisions. This one has been 1st or 2nd. Last 2 starts was a winner at Tiffin and 2nd place at Bowling Green.
Burning Be Bad, Charlie Meyer trains and drives for David Swaney of Mercer, PA. 1 for 17 on the season, but 2 good 3rd place finishes. Outside post to deal with, but a nice horse.
Number 7 from the 2nd tier, Nick Clegg driven, Fear Romeo, Betty Clegg, Kimber Clegg. This is a Fear to the Dragon out of Ollie's a Virgin Mare. Lady Capulet, 1 win in 13 starts. That win was last time out at Lisbon. 2 back was pulled up due to broken equipment.
Evan, top of the stretch for the 11th race. And here they come. They're off and pacing along the inside. Center Story tries hard for the lead. He's followed out there by Fear Romeo. From the outside, Hot Times Tonight is also flashing early go. Getting away to be an early 4th. That is Dragon Mode as they ramble on into the backstretch. Then we have Black Streak. That one's followed by Gary. And the trailer, Bernie Be Bad, as they travel on to the opening quarter. Center Stories on the lead by a length and a half. In their second, Hot Times Tonight, 29 seconds. A hot opening quarter here. Harvey Hirschberger is on the lead with Center Story. In there to be second, Hot Times Tonight. It is Fear Romeo who's pacing in 3rd. In their 4th, Dragon Mode. Moving to the outside, Black Streak. Then we have Bernie Be Bad and Gary. They travel here by the half. And out there on the lead, it is Center Story now to the outside. Fear Romeo halfway home in a minute. Around the turn they go, Center Story. On the outside there, second is Fear Romeo, who's hanging out there in 2nd. 3rd along the inside, Hot Times Tonight. Out there next is Black Streak. Then we have Dragon Mode with Bernie Be Bad. And the trailer, that's Gary. To 3/4, Center Story is out there a neck. On the outside to be a 2nd is Fear Romeo. 3 wide, Bernie Be Bad, 131-3. Needing racing room, Hot Times Tonight. Around the final turn they go. And with the lead, Center Story on the outside, Fear Romeo. Hot Times Tonight is begging for racing room at the top of the stretch. Center Story. On the outside is Fear Romeo. Inside, Hot Times Tonight trying to take the both of them. Hot Times Tonight will win. Fear Romeo, Center Story, 202-3.
202-3. The fireworks are continuing as the card gets to the end. Nice race there. Center Story, real quick opening fractions, 4-5 favorite. And Nick Clegg pulled it to half. Barnmate, stablemate Fear Romeo wore that one down, but in the stretch, Hot Times Tonight. Robert Brooks trains, Pierce Henry drives, snuck right up the inside. And a nice popular 3-1 second choice winner. On the way to the winner's circle.
We might be getting a visit.
Inquiry?
Just looked like there were some drivers looking around at each other when they were crossing the finish line. Like, I don't know if something happened. Could be my imagination, too.
Well, we'll see if we do get an inquiry or the judges look at this. Looked like the one took a couple steps there, too. Don't think it was an official break, but took a couple steps. Not sure if just a little bit tired or maybe something did happen there, but regardless, we will find out from the judges.
Unofficially, 5-7-1. Robert Brooks over the Clegg entry. Not an entry. They race uncoupled. Stable entries, not betting entries.
The 11th race, 5 hot times tonight. Sneaking up the inside to take race 11. 3-year-old Bay-Goated Son of Lather Up out of Forever Ivy by Stand Forever. Owned by Ivy Holdings, trained by Robert Brooks and Pierce Henry. The winning driver, that's a training double tonight for Robert Brooks. Race 11 is now official. Center Story was 3rd. Dragon Mode 4th. Gary 7th. Black Streak 5th. Hot Times Tonight the winner. Bernie Be Bad was 6th. Fear Romeo was 2nd. Recheck top down a 3-4-7. 5-1-6. 2 on the bottom. 29. 1 minute. 1:31 and 3. 2:02 and 3.
A very popular winner here, the 5 hot times tonight. Got a nice round of applause from those sitting around us. Race number 12 is the Open. Right now, no changes in the program. Field of 5, we'll talk about all 5 when we come back after these messages.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
We are back, Stephen. We want you to say something at least on this broadcast. Where are you headed next?
I'm going to Attica on Wednesday and Thursday.
Nice.
Attica.
Been there before?
I haven't.
Independent Fair. Not a county fair, an independent fair.
Independent Fair.
I believe that is Seneca County, so that would be the Tiffin would be the county fair, and Attica would be the independent fair. I believe there's 3 independent fairs in the state: Richwood, Croton, and Attica.
When's your next assignment?
My next assignment is tomorrow at
beautiful.
Urbana.
Oh, that's a nice fair.
So I get to go. I get Mansfield, Urbana. After Urbana, I drive to Cincinnati for work. Come back Thursday afternoon, drive to Cleveland. Thursday night, we'll be in Cleveland or Marblehead. Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday. Then I got Monday at Troy, Tuesday at Troy. Now
Steve,
you know
that's
why.
a busy schedule.
Now you know why I bought a hybrid.
Yeah.
I don't buy as much gas as I used to.
You might be the Hervé Fillon of the harness race. We might have to start.
I don't have a helicopter.
That's what I mean. We might helicopter you places.
You know, I'm no Frank Frost. He probably has a helicopter by now.
There's a place to land it
I
here.
know, there's
Keep
plenty.
that in mind.
There is plenty of spots here.
Do me a favor. Come pick me up next year and then bring me here.
Exactly. You'll get here on time. You'll get plenty of time to explore all the food options instead of just the nearest chicken joint.
I've got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
After the races, do you think I'll be exploring food options?
Yes.
You are correct. Pay the man. Pay the man. That was 1 to 9, but I owe you a dime. Yep.
The wiener dogs are limbering up here. I was getting, Stephen got a little envious. They put a cordless camera on the pillar here with a humongous magnet. You could be sitting at home right now with a joystick doing this.
That was really cool. What is that for? Do you think just
probably for the
fair?
dog races?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting because I
mean, it took two grown men trying to get that magnet off the steel pillar, too.
I was wondering what it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
24th race. 24th race in the day.
And they're parading in order.
And Ayers is yelling at them to parade in order.
I'm going to take a venture and say we got 1,000 people here right now because I just did some quick math per row and counted out some rows.
Okay.
And I've got about 400, 300 people to the left. I've got about 300 people to the right and about 300 in the middle and 100 on the tarmac. So I'll say we have 1,000 people in Mansfield, Ohio today. What do you think?
There you go. Who am I to argue with Don Tiger?
After the races, they're going to the Shawshank Redemption tree for nostalgia.
You know, you can spend the night there. I don't think I would do that.
It's a bit much, but.
You know, bring a sleeping bag, sleep in a cell. No, thank you.
I will tell you this. Now, before you listen to the whole story, I spent 1 day in jail in the West Virginia Moundsville State Penitentiary. But I did it as a college project.
Okay.
They were still operational, and I did go spend a day in jail, but it was strictly for aesthetics. They wanted to see people to see what it was like a day in prison, 24 hours.
Well, while you have that story, I went into a coal mine, and I was a mile underground. When you think about it, it was kind of scary, but at the time you didn't think about it.
Here are the horses for the 12th race. The open trot per $700. Emmanuel Miller on 4. Win Play Show. Exacta Quinella trifecta wagering in the finale. 1 Sir Royal Blue and Melvin Miller. 2 Long Tom Jess, Drew Neal. 3 Nothing But a Dreamer, Nick Clegg. 4 Shawnee Class. Make the driver Emmanuel Miller. And the 5 Swan on a Mission, Mark St. Louis Jr. in the sulky. That's the field for race.
Number 1 is Sir Royal Blue, the 5-year-old gelding out of Global Republic. Melvin Miller is the owner, trainer, driver. He's 82 years of age. First start of the season, last charted line was July 29th at Souda Downs. A qualifier broke at the start, finished third, 2:01 and 4.
2-horse Long Tom Jess. Rosie Reaver trains for Joe Yoder, who does work for Rosie. Drew Neal gets the lines today. This horse is 4-12 on the season, made $24,000. Nice score at Northfield with a mark of 58. This horse has been very, very good. Did break last time out, but on this fair circuit should be one of the choices here and currently is your even money favorite.
Number 3 is Nothing But a Dreamer. Betty Clegg, Nick Clegg, Kimber Clegg are your connections. 1 win in 21 starts, 22 wins in 85 lifetime starts. Last time out, made a break in the amateur driving series, finished 7th with Christina Johnson in the bike.
4 Shawnee Class. Emmanuel Miller is a driver change in here. Take Jason Thompson off. Add Emmanuel Miller. Roletta Troyer owns this horse for Noah Snyder. 0 for 8 on the season. Hasn't hit the board. Still a maiden, so these opens, you never know what class you're going to find, but it looks like they're just getting this one educated.
Number 5, last in the field of 5, is Swan on a Mission. Stacy Curry trains and owns. Mark St. Louis will drive. 6-22 on the season, has a lifetime mark of 53 and 4 as a 5-year-old. Currently is a 9-year-old. This one is scratch sick last 2 times out. Last official charted line was an 8,000 optional claimer, finished 3rd. 2 back was a winner at Northfield Park in the same class. Roletta Troyer is the stable who is on the backstretch.
Well, we've always have some intrigue with the Open. We've got old, aged horses, aged drivers, young people, everything. So.
The Open Trot, first $700. It is the Richland County Fair getaway
race, and here they come. They're off and trotting, except for Sir Royal Blue, who's on a dead gallop as they leave away. As they move around the turn, Long Tom Jess wants the lead. Over there in second, Swan on a mission. Sir Royal Blue did come back down trotting and is out there in third. Fourth at the rail is Nothing But a Dreamer. The trailer is Shawnee Class. As they continue on to the opening quarter, Long Tom Jess and Drew Neal is out there hot to trot by 2. Swan on a mission. Mark St. Louis Jr. is there in second. Opening quarter 30-3. Along the inside, Nothing But a Dreamer is third. Sir Royal Blue is on the outside fourth, and the trailer is Shawnee Class. They will circle the turn, and they trot onto the halfway mile mark of the race. Out there and on top of the field, Long Tom Jess will try to make every pole a winning one. In their second, Swan on a mission. Nothing But a Dreamer in third. In their fourth is a Shawnee Class, outside trailing Sir Royal Blue, the half in 101-3. On into the turn they go. Long Tom Jess is the one to knock off. In their second, Swan on a mission. Over there to be third is Nothing But a Dreamer as they straighten away to the backstretch. Next is Shawnee Class. Sir Royal Blue is losing contact with the others as they move on to 3/4, and now Swan on a mission pulls from the 2-hole, and the race is on as they go by 3/4. Long Tom Jess is there in 132-2. On the outside is a Swan on a mission. Trotting in third is Nothing But a Dreamer as they circle the turn. Long Tom Jess a nose. Swan on a mission is on the outside. They're going at it like Donald Trump and CNN as they turn for home. On the inside, Long Tom Jess. On the outside, Swan on a mission. Long Tom Jess, Swan on a mission. Which one will it be? Swan on a mission gets up to get there. Long Tom Jess was second. Nothing But a Dreamer was third. 202-4.
One of the things you always hope for is when you do have a big crowd that may be coming to the races for the first time, you give them a good show, and that was a good show.
Great show. Great way to finish the card up here for us. 2 horses across the track battling. Wasn't sure who was going to get it done. Mark St. Louis, just a couple gooses at the wire, and he gets a little redemption. He got taken down earlier today, ran second, stayed around for the whole card. And Swan on a mission from the same stable does get up in the shadow of the wire. 2-1, return at least $6. No doubt about the winner. Nice race by Long Tom Jess, too. Both horses threw it down, and as Jay said, great for our fans. We've got a massive crowd now here today, and they got to see a good finale.
Weren't sure what you're going to get with the 5. Hasn't raced since July 7th. Northfield Park, 8,000 optional claimer. Tough division there. Sam Widger was in the bike that evening. Never saw the pylons, finished second, beaten just 3 lengths in 58-1. Start before that, got up in the stretch, 157-4 with Ronnie Wren Jr. in the bike. So,
a lot of starts. This was the elder statesman of the group. 74 starts this year, or 74 career, 27th win, 27 seconds, 19 thirds, 300K almost in the bank. This guy knows what he's had to do for the years, 9-year-old. And he was on a mission today. Great drive, great training, conditioning job, and he pays $660 to win.
Drew Neal will be our leading driver, 5 wins. Herman Hagerman has 3 training wins, so they will be your meet leaders. Put that in your file for next year. One thing you can say, Don, exciting races, but more importantly, safe races. 2
Very
days.
safe races.
Yep. Back in front of the stands is your winner.
5, Swan on a mission. 9-year-old brown-gutted son of Swan for All. Out of Lisa Mission by Mr. Levesque, owned by Stacy Curry. Stacy Curry trains Mark St. Louis Jr., the winning driver. Time of the mile, 202-4. This is the 26th lifetime win for Swan on a Mission. closing in on $300,000 in career earnings. Sir Royal Blue was 5th, Long Tom Jess 2nd, Nothing But a Dreamer 3rd. Shawnee Class was 4th. Swan on a Mission, the winner. Recheck top down 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 30 and 3/5, 101 and 3, 132 and 2, 202 and 4.
There's the little one in the winner's circle. That might be the youngest fan ever to make a winner's circle. Something you don't see too often, Mr. Tiger. 22.40 for the exacta, 14.80 for the try.
Yeah, anomalies do occur in these smaller venues where you got smaller pools, that's for sure.
Well, Don, it's taken a while, but we finally get to work together.
Pleasure was mine, my friends.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun today. I hope we get to do it again soon one of these days.
Stephen, unfortunately, I will not be going to Attica, but I will see you down the road, I'm sure. Thank you for everything you've done for the last 2 days. Don, Tiger, have a safe trip home. We want to thank everyone for watching, and tune in tomorrow. We'll be at Urbana tomorrow. Second of 3 days of racing there. Until then, we hope to see you at a racetrack real soon. Good night, everyone.